damn it, Megatron. And now its residents shall witness its dismemberment. Rise, my podcast. Serve your new master well. All hail Unicron.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to All Hail Unicron, episode 69. Giggity. Yeah, I'm here, and Rich is here, and everybody else is a bunch of slackers. How are you, Rich?
Hello, I'm doing well. How are you, Justin?
I'm well, and you know what? I wasn't here 2 weeks ago because I was in Colorado, and I know Rich was very, very on board with recording and posting an episode. But the slackers involved with the group were like, nah.
Yeah.
So,
Robert's like,
yeah, there was no episode 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Robert's like, I can't do this. I decided I'm going to have an anniversary today.
Exactly.
Normal
So,
recording day.
how
Slacker.
selfish.
But happy birthday. Happy anniversary to Robert.
Indeed, happy anniversary.
And happy anniversary to Oscar. They both had anniversaries since our last show.
This is true. So, they actually, fun fact, they are married to each other. And, of course.
And they're currently 69ing. Just this episode. So, you know,
and that
all
is
kind
how
of
we
fits together.
knew that this was going to be episode 69. We saved it specifically for this. Happy anniversary, Robert and Oscar. We hope you have many, many years together. Which one of you is the big spoon? Because you're both pretty big guys. So
Robert's
you have to
kind
let us
of
know.
a ladle.
Oscar, if you're listening to the show because you haven't been on, write us in and let us know who's the big spoon. So. All right. Well, anybody get anything? I guess I'll start with Rich.
Wow, how'd I get to go first?
I don't know.
So I got the New Age Huffer and Pipes. Very nice, as expected. New Age, once again, hitting them out of the park. I also got the Studio Series 86 Scrap Heap, the Junkion. He's fine.
Very nice.
I got him because I like the Junkions and I like the Wreck-Gar mold, so he's very nice.
Fair.
And my buddy Chris got me a surprise gift, and that was the Techno Viper Heat Seek missile system for the Hiss, for the classified Hiss, which I and the Techno Viper, I gotta say, is pretty fucking badass looking.
Viper Heat Seek missile. I don't know what that is. I have to.
Heat Seek is spelled H-E-E-T, and I don't know why. But it's one word, H-E-E-T, S-E-E-K. I'm sure there's some.
Okay. So it's like a little, little missile trailer.
Like a trailer. Missile trailer for the Hiss.
Neat.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
And the Techno Viper, do you see him? He looks
the Techno Viper's badass.
badass. Yeah, he looks really badass.
I like I'm looking at Hasbro Pulse and they have this picture of him like I guess looking at a communicator holding a pistol. And he's supposed to be like taking cover behind the Heat Seek missile system. But instead it looks like he's like, "Hey ladies." You know the picture I'm talking about? Here, I'm gonna send it.
I do not. I'm looking it up right now.
All right, hold on. Let me send the link. I should probably be making sure I have access to Messenger. Here you go. Right there. And it's like picture, I don't know. Scroll down. You'll find it. Just go on to the next pictures. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. That's neat. Find the one with him talking to the ladies.
I see it now.
Mm-hmm. He's like, "Hey, ladies.
Fantastic.
I'm out on the front lines right now. But hit me up in my DMs."
That's at Techno Viper.
You know what? For Techno Viper, though, his gun is looking pretty damn non-technological. Just saying.
That's true.
You rocking something anti-tech there. Techno Viper. He's like, yeah, but once in a while you need to have just a regular ballistic firearm because,
just in case.
Just in case. At least he has a laser gun thing that goes in his backpack. That looks more techno. It does.
That looks very advanced and techno-y.
Where do the claws go? They look so. He's got like little claw things. Are they to be held or do they peg in somewhere?
It's a good question. They almost look like they're for the bat. I haven't opened them yet.
Oh, are you a shitty fan?
I am.
And they just show him on the package carrying them like a hammer and a claw thing. So yeah. I guess that's all you're supposed to do with them. But they really look like it's for like a bat. Is that what you just said? It does really look like it's some kind of attachment hand piece or something like that, but I don't see where it would go.
Yeah, no one Hasbro. I could see them easily just being like, yeah, throw some of the bad stuff in there and just don't remove the peg.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can play with your bats too if you have them. I don't know. He reminds me on the cover art. I'm sorry.
I said I'm always playing with my bat, if you know what I mean.
There you go. On the cover where he's got the two kind of like he's holding like a hammer and a claw, he reminds me of the armorer from Mandalorian. When they attack the home and she's got the two hammers.
Yep, I can definitely see that.
She's going to town on them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's it. But I did want to give an update. So last episode, I had on my what did I get? I got Missing Link Convoy, but he either arrived like the day before or the day of recording, and I hadn't opened him yet. Well, I've opened him, and I gotta say, I was like contemplating getting him for the longest time. I didn't pre-order him, and I waited, and he looked cool. I was a little on the fence, like, do I need another G1 Prime? So I decided, let's do it. There was a coupon code from the 40th anniversary theater showing that Hasbro Pulse had, so it's like 15% off. So I said, all right, I'm going to do it. Well, I've opened him, and he's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
He is so fun. Like you were saying, he's just fun to play with and pose. And I think what it gets me with is he moves and is articulated in the way that the G1 Prime toy was in my head as a kid.
Exactly.
You know, like he can put in poses that in my head he was being put in as a kid, but you couldn't. Excuse me, but with this extra articulation, it's like, I don't know, it's like the toy I thought I had as a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, definitely. I agree entirely.
And it hits all of the G1 feels when you open him and start playing with him, and yeah, it's really kind of a treat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I didn't expect when I got it that I was gonna like it as much as I did. And exactly. It's like, oh, this thing is friggin' amazing, like, yeah, I was so pleasantly surprised by it. So
oh yeah, so I would say to any of our listeners, if you're on the fence about Missing Link Prime, do it. No regrets
at all.
He's really fantastic.
It really is.
So that's all I had. What did you get, Justin?
Oh my god, I got a lot of stuff. Let's see. So on the Missing Link Prime, I know we had talked about it, and I was like, damn it, I kind of wish I got the trailer. I never picked up a trailer for my the one with the trailer. I never got that. I was like, well, I'll just find one on eBay, and I'll like an authentic one, and yeah, that's fine. I'll do that. And I couldn't find one. They're just too expensive. I was like, okay, that's not going to happen. So I turned to AliExpress, I want to say. And I was like, all right, let's try that. And, it was only like $15 for this KO G1 Prime. I was like, I don't know if it's going to come for $15. I'm like, but whatever. I practically have to, right? I'm like, I'll pay with PayPal. And if I don't get it, then hopefully PayPal's like, not like, you got a necklace, you got something. And the G1 Prime came. And he's got a nice minty fresh trailer. The Prime himself is fine. Like, he's a little bit, like, the wheels are a little bit tight spinning. Like, the rubber's just a little too big for the wheels. Some of it's, like, a little bit loose, but, like, he's fine. You know, like he's really fine. Like I would half expect a G1 Optimus Prime that's been played with for so many years to be as loose in some areas as this, but this one's paint is perfect. So it's like getting an old Prime with perfect paint, you know? It's weird. So he's fine, but like I don't even give a crap about Optimus. I'm here for the trailer, right? So yeah, trailer is great. It does what I wanted to do, and it sits on my missing link Prime, and I'm happy. So yeah, there's that. It's been so long, I can't remember if I said that I got the new age wind charger and tailgate. If I did, my apologies, but I got them. And I was thinking if I said I got them, and I'm like, maybe the last show I said I got them. And I might have said the last show, I can't remember if I said I got them. So I don't know. This might be the third time I've told you guys I got them. So I'm very excited about it. I got the new age Huffer and Pipes, which they're cool. I think they're fun. They're good little bots. I don't particularly like the way. Did you open yours yet?
I actually sent mine to Bobby for review.
I don't really like how the legs like snap in to place to kind of form that like solid connection. Like it's nice and solid in truck mode. I mean, you can hold Huffer and you can hold the new age Optimus Prime trailer, you know, in place by holding the cab of Huffer. So I guess that's good, but it makes it a little tough to transform. I don't know. But it's a nice little truck. And I do want to figure out, I still hate the new age Optimus Prime trailer. I think it's the worst Optimus Prime trailer that exists.
I was just going to say, you must be so happy that Huffer can pull your all-time favorite Prime trailer.
I know. So, well, I'm going to see what I can do about making an adapter for the Magic Square one, because I think it's a little bit better. And hopefully I can make that work with Huffer. I mean, all it needs to do is have the same shape and just peg into the Prime. So, we'll see.
Right.
That should be an easy enough thing to 3D print, which brings me to the next thing I got, which was a Bamboo A1 printer, which is just so much fun. I've been having so much fun printing all kinds of things that I just couldn't print with my Ender 3. I follow Reddit, and I look at like the 3D printing subreddit, and I was on the Ender 3 Reddit, and there's always like every day, it's like, what's wrong with my printer? And I'm like, it's an Ender. That's what's wrong with it. Like, honestly. Yeah, that's the problem right there. It's an Ender. So yeah, I was excited to finally move on from the Ender because Ender no good. Yeah, it's so much fun. I like it. I got a new microphone, which you may or may not have been able to tell. It's nice. It's good. It makes my life a little easier, so I'm happy about that. Let's see, what else did I get? From one Mr. Rich here. I got some parts to try to finish my Ecto. I got to get them all dug out and actually try some wires and see where the hell the wire faults are with my stuff, but we'll figure that out soon enough. I got a G1 Hound, the cartoon aesthetic one that they put out recently. He's fantastic. I love him. And probably my favorite thing I got that I still need to put some time and work and effort into is a KO Road Caesar set. And I just never owned a Road Caesar authentic one as a younger person. So getting to experience it even in a KO form is just a treat, right? So I'm very excited to really check it out. He's old, right? He's old. And he most definitely needs some tender, loving care for some of the things. Like, I don't dare transform it because something will break if I try to transform it. But I'm very excited. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It's a good KO, but it's still a KO, and it's also very old.
Mm-hmm. It's just like the Raiden one that I have. Like, it's a damn good KO. It's old. You gotta be careful. You don't want to break it. So, he needs to be taken apart and lubrication added to parts and things like that before I feel comfortable transforming it. But I took them all out of the box, looked at them and all that stuff, and like, it's great. It's fantastic. I finally own a G1 Ferrari F40, and I'm happy about that. So
very nice.
Yeah. So I think that's it. Oh, and I got a new car. There was that too. And the only reason I'm shouting that out is because I know Justin L. listens to our podcast still. He told me at Bobby's. and we talked about the electric Mustang there. And what was funny is my wife and I have been wanting to do get an electric car. And before I went to Denver, we were like looking at all of them, right? And then I had mentioned, Justin L has a electric Mustang. It says he really likes it. And she's like, oh, I didn't even realize that was there and didn't look at it. So she started looking at those, and she's like, I really like them. They look nice. And then I went to Denver, and, I came back home, and my wife's like, I'm glad you went to Denver because it really got us off that car, that looking for a car kick. And then, like, a day later, Carvana's like, hey, check this one out. And she's like, that's the one. And, within 24 hours of my returning from Denver, we had, put the order in on the car. Yeah, and then we went and picked it up, and it was cool doing that whole car vending machine. The only thing I was scary was buying it and having never test drove one, but whatever, it's a Mustang, it had to have been fine. So it is. It's a great car. It's fun. So there's that. And that's the only reason I'm throwing it out is because JL listens to us, and it's his fault that we looked at Mustangs.
And what color is yours?
Ours is it's called Grabbler blue. It's that old 60s kind of light blue that they had. Not quite light blue, but yeah, it's kind of like an electric-y blue, I guess, is a good term. So. It
reminds me of I've seen a picture, and it reminds me of the blue that one blue that the blue and white Shelby came in.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, reminds me of that.
Yeah.
So Justin L, if you're listening, let us know what color yours is.
His is white. I've seen it in person.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay, Justin L, you're off the hook.
Yeah, you're off the hook. But you can ask us a question. We'll answer your question. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. About the car or about Transformers.
It doesn't matter. Or maybe you can answer our question. So.
There you go.
So, anyway, let's get on to some movie and show news, shall we? So we have a couple of things that are kind of all going to be tied together here. Most of it is, I guess, I don't know. It's the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover, Rise of the Bye-Bye directors. All kinds of things going on. So we know that Thor is going to be in it. Clearly, Chris Hemsworth, Thor. He's going to be in it. Clearly, he's Bumblebee. I don't think he goes any other way, right?
It would be great. It would be so amazing if they were like, yeah, he's Bumblebee. Bumblebee has a voice now.
He's either going to be Bumblebee or Snake Eyes.
Oh my God, that would be incredible. He just shows up and it's like Snake Eyes with Thor's head.
Baroness. Looking at the picture, he's Baroness.
I was going to say, wouldn't it be great if they had him show up and do a voice, but it wasn't Optimus or any flashback to Orion Pax like he is in Transformers 1. It's just some other character.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like Orion Pax from Transformers 1.
Mm-hmm.
Just they don't even try to hide it or change it or explain it.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah, that would be amazing. So, I don't know. Listeners, put in the comments where you think Chris Hemsworth is going to fit in the movies. I think he's going to. Do you think he's going to be Transformers side or G.I. Joe side in this movie?
I have a bad feeling they're going to make him like Duke or something.
Realistically speaking, I think the same thing. Because you don't tie Chris Hemsworth to someone who's not going to be visually on the screen. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. You're going to draw
for a cartoon, yes, of
the
course,
lady crowd
this...
by having Chris Hemsworth somewhere on there being some kind of eye candy, right? So it's going to be what happens.
And the Marvel crowd. I mean, I like Chris Hemsworth. I think he's a good actor. He does well as Thor and other stuff I've seen.
Oh my God! Did you ever see the Vacation sort of reboot, sort of sequel? The one with what the hell is his name?
Dude from The Hangover.
Yeah, and The Office and things like that.
Yeah, I did not see it, but I know it.
Oh my God! There's a scene with Chris Hemsworth in there. It's hysterical. I'll find it for you. I'll send it to you later. You should watch that movie. It's a good movie. So I enjoyed it. I love the vacation movies, and I kind of wish they would do another one and do it Christmas Vacation style. But
Christmas Vacation's such a classic.
I know, my favorite Christmas movie. It's the only Christmas movie I care about. So we watch it once and then we watch it again usually. So every year. Just waiting for when I feel my kids are old enough to appreciate it fully. So who knows when that'll be. All right, so what else? The Rise of the Beast director is no longer involved with the TF Joe movie. Huh? That's fine. Stephen Capel Jr. Yeah, well, that's fine. If I'm honest with you, I know we all hate Michael Bay for Transformers movie. We've said it before. But Michael Bay loves explosions and military shit. Like, he would do fucking awesome at a G.I. Joe movie. I really think he would. So.
Yeah, he probably would. You know, the guy who did Retaliation, G.I. Joe Retaliation, I actually thought G.I. Joe Retaliation was good.
That's the second one, right?
It was.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad. That was pretty decent. I think it was just mired by the first movie, honestly.
For sure. The first movie was not well done. I don't know. There's so much wrong with that movie and bad about it. But the second one, Retaliation, I think they did a good job, especially if you watch the, I don't know what cut it's called. There's like an extended cut that was sold as a steel box, I think, Blu-ray from Walmart or somebody. But it's a little longer, and it actually kind of reorganizes some of the scenes, and it seems to flow better. A lot of the Snake Eyes stuff got reorganized, and I think there's some longer scenes with Snake Eyes and the past and maybe Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes together. But
I'd have to check that out. I don't know if I've seen any other cut but the regular, which was still a decent enough movie. Like, the first one was real bad.
Agreed,
The second one was much better. I also forgot I got the steel book of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I didn't know that came out already, so I was excited about that.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I didn't realize that came out either.
Yeah, just like I've actually yesterday, which was Sunday, listeners, was like, oh, there's a package on the porch. I'm like, Ryan, go get it. So he went and got it and like tossed it on the floor. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I opened it up. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even know this was coming out yet. So yeah. Anyway, back to the news. But wait, there's more. GI TransJoeformerbot, the movie, will. Is that because of the way they laid out the logo? Please tell me. It has to be.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, not this time.
It's going to be.
Like remember Fantastic Four when it was like Fant 4-stick?
Yep, Fant 4-stick.
It's the best ever.
The movie will feature a smaller class, but don't worry. Rise of the Beast Mirage will be in it along with Cobra Commander and Thor. So it's weird that it's like it's going to be a smaller cast. It's like, well, I mean, how do you kind of do that with a crossover movie? It's going to be like, you know, Snake Eyes is going to be there. Okay.
And Optimus.
Storm Shadow is going to be there.
Probably. Well, so it says
Baroness, Destro, and Cobra Commander.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, Cobra Commander. Destro, I could see leaving out, but maybe even Baroness. I don't know. Depends on how they decide to do it.
Maybe. So then, we definitely have Storm Shadow and Cobra Commander, because Snake Eyes is not going to not be in the movie, and so you need his counter.
Right.
So then you're going to have
Baroness. I'd say you're right.
Duke.
We're either going to have one or both.
Yeah, you're either going to have Duke, or you're going to decide you want to do General Hawk instead. But I feel like you're going to have better success with Duke. Now, I mean, depending, if you do Baroness, then you're probably going to have Scarlet. I feel like that's a necessity. If you did Destro, who's the other Joe you put in? Roadblock?
Well, don't forget we have, I don't remember his name now, Billy from Rise of the Beast. The human that hangs out with Mirage the whole movie. Shoot, I can't think of his name. The main human guy in Rise of the Beast. And at the end, you know, we get the teaser that he's, you know, been hooked up with Joe.
Yeah.
So he might be kind of as the new recruit.
He could be the roadblock.
He could be the balance. Yeah. Now, I think what would be smart and good, speaking of roadblock, is if they get The Rock to at least do a cameo.
Yeah.
Even if it's like he pops up on a computer monitor, you know, like at Joe headquarters, a big, you know, giant monitor, movie theater type monitor, and he just like talks and it acts like, oh yeah, we're off in this engagement with some other Joes. Yeah, so Roadblock's still in this universe, ties into the second Joe movie, and they don't have to pay The Rock to be all in there. Who's that?
Sergeant Slaughter. Before he goes,
dude, have you ever heard him talking about the second Joe movie?
No.
Robert Remus. So I'll have to find it. I'll find it and send it to you later. There's an interview with him online, and he's talking to somebody, and he's like, "Yeah, I was supposed to be in the second Joe movie." And you know how they go and they find Joe Colton, and it's Bruce Willis and blah blah blah. It was supposed to be him. It was supposed to be Sergeant Slaughter, and they were going to talk to the retired like hardcore trainer of the Joes, and it was going to be Sergeant Slaughter. And he talks about how Vince McMahon and the WWE wouldn't let it happen because he was still under contract for them. And it's like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Having him in it would be amazing.
It really would.
I've met him one time. Actually, twice. That's not true. Twice I've met him. And he is so cool. If anybody sees him at a convention near you, highly recommend going and talking to him.
Well, like, at this point, like, how old is he? He's old.
He's old, but when he shows up at conventions, he dresses in the full outfit.
He's 75.
Yeah, he still looks pretty good, man. Like,
yeah, he does
dresses
look good
in
for
the
his
full
age.
outfit, and his whole body is, basically covered in his attire. He's not in the tank top, the old tank top style. He's like in a full military-looking outfit, and I mean, he's phenomenal.
I would love to see him get a
cameo
somewhere.
Oh, it'd be so great.
Just a little one. Like you said, like the roadblock on the screen. It'd be kind of cool if that was the thing. He just got a little something.
Yeah. When I saw him the first time, he put me in his famous move, the Cobra Claw or whatever he called it. Cobra Clutch.
Yep, I believe
somewhere
that's right.
I have a picture of him doing that to me.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, I 100% agree. I would absolutely love to see him in there. Again, even if it was a cameo, even if it was like...
Yep. He doesn't need to be in the movie for more than like 5 minutes, like less than that even. So
they could even have, what's his name from Rise of the Beast? Like, oh, and here's our training grounds. This is where the new recruits get their hardcore training, and it's like Sergeant Slaughter, just being a hard-nosed drill sergeant. I'd be amazing.
Throw him a bone and immortalize the actual person in the G.I. Joe canon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what a draw, That's the kind of like fan service cameos I think that we all love.
Yeah. I concur.
100% agree. That would be amazing.
I would like to see it. So let's see. Transformer side, we get Optimus. We get Bumblebee. Do we get Primal?
We get Mirage for sure.
We definitely get Mirage.
If you're going to get one of the Beasts back, I think you have to get a Beast back because that's kind of, I don't know. It's like you have Rise of the Beast and then they're all gone. You almost have to have somebody in there. I assume it'll be Primal.
Yeah. Unless you actually let Cheetor and crew transform.
Now, this says 6 members between Joe and Transformers. So if you've got Mirage, Optimus, and Bumblebee...
Wait, so 6 total between them?
Yeah, that's what it says. That's
all right, so now we got to dial it back because I can't have all those people for G.I. Joe side because that's like 6 right there.
Well, it says he's pushing. This is Lorenzo Di Bonaventura. I'm sure I butchered that name. But he's been around since the 2007 movie, right? And he says it says he's pushing to have 6 main characters between Transformers and G.I. Joe. So not Cobra or Decepticons or Predacons. This is just Joe and Transformers. So, but it says main characters. So they could have like, Cheetor and Rhinox were kind of just
there.
Hey, we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, even to some extent, I think in the most recent Rise of the Beast movies, I only kind of semi-watched it because it was shit. But I wouldn't even say Bumblebee was really a main character in that movie, right? Didn't he, spoiler alert, die and then came back later? Isn't that what happened?
It's actually, to me, it's funny. If you watch the movie, it's almost like they're telling us that Bumblebee and Mirage are interchangeable because it's like Mirage is there a lot and then Bumblebee shows up and he kind of has his little thing and then he dies, sort of. And then he's gone and it's the Mirage show again until Mirage sort of dies.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bumblebee's back. It's almost like, you know, from the beginning, Bumblebee's kind of been our ambassador to the movie, right, as the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that was what Mirage was in this one. But they don't want to have him on the screen at the same time much. It was real weird to me. It was almost like, oh, well, here's Mirage. Oh, Bumblebee's back, and he's taking the show for a couple minutes. Now he's dead. Okay, it's back to Mirage. Okay, now Mirage is dead. Let's bring Bumblebee back.
Yeah, how did that end? Because I know, spoilers, if you don't want to listen to it, just skip forward like a couple minutes, because I'm sure we won't be here very long. But, so in the movie, Mirage dies and becomes Armor. Does he come back? I can't.
At the very, very end, you see, I think it might even be post-credits. Noah, that's his name, the main human guy.
Mm-hmm.
Noah is working with his friend on this old Porsche that's clearly Mirage, but it looks old and dusty and everything.
Right.
And then he like gets it back. I don't remember. I don't think he transforms, but he starts talking again or something. It's like, okay, Mirage, he's repaired Mirage, and Mirage is back.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Mirage was basically, he sacrificed himself. He's like, all right, here, take part of me, become, you know, get your G.I. Joe accelerator suit out of me. And from the first movie, which was one of the stupidest things in the first G.I. Joe movie, but yeah, he like sacrifices himself to protect Noah. Noah takes part of him. Suddenly has his accelerator suit super thing, just like the first Joe movie, and then fights with Optimus and Bumblebee. That's when like Bumblebee comes back. He jumps out of the plane because they resurrect him with the power of the raw energon and with the power glove. They get,
no, just love.
What's his name?
Just love.
Fred.
Just love. Power of love.
Just the glove love.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
movie sucked.
I wouldn't be surprised if they shelf Bumblebee a little bit and they make him like a background character.
Mm-hmm.
I could almost see them doing this thing where it's like, oh yeah, the Joes have already been working with the Autobots, and in fact, you got the Rock and Bumblebee off in this part of the world fighting stuff, and they make a quick like on-screen sort of cameo together. So it's like, okay, Bumblebee's still alive. He's still out there kicking butt, blah, blah, blah. Roadblock's still out there, but he's not part of the main focus.
Yeah.
I can see them doing something like that. And then filtering that in with other characters like the Maximals and everything else, you know. Even some of the like RC and stuff.
Yeah. I think this movie's going to suck, if I'm honest with you. I think that there's too much going on, and what's going to happen is this movie's not going to be very good, and then Hasbro is going to be like, see? It just sucks. Nobody likes it. And then that's that, and that's the end of the story, right? Like, realistically, couldn't you see that and them do that? Like, oh, G.I. Joe, just nobody likes G.I. Joe. That's why it was bad. Or that's why nobody liked it. You know, it has nothing to do with it being a shitty movie. It's G.I. Joe's fault. So
right. So speaking, and this isn't on the news, but speaking of Hasbro poo-pooing on G.I. Joe as not being that popular, or, you know, I've heard all kinds of stories like Hasbro's like, oh, it's hard to make a thing about war because nobody likes war anymore and blah, blah, blah. It's like, whatever. This is fantasy. You don't have to make it super realistic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, so Skybound, the people who have the rights to the comics right now for Transformers and G.I. Joe, they did a Kickstarter, which Justin, you alerted me to.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, it's on Kickstarter right now. It has, by the time people listen to this, it won't be. It's got 41 hours left.
Mm-hmm.
But it's for a box set of all the original G.I. Joe comics from the 80s, including all the specials and the yearbooks and a bunch of stuff. And they put it in a nice, pretty box set. And they've got all these extra bells and whistles and yada, yada, right? And their goal was $50,000.
Mm-hmm.
And you could get, there's two different box sets. You can get a G.I. Joe themed box set, has all the comics, but it's, you know, the box is all G.I. Joe themed, etc. or you can get a Cobra version. And they come with little perks like, a bookmark that's Joe or Cobra themed or whatever, and a little, patches and magnets and stuff. It's like a big gift set, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this thing, it was a target of 50,000. And Justin, I know you know all this. This is for our listeners. The target was $50,000 for this Kickstarter. It was funded in 6 minutes.
Yep.
Guess where it's at now? $50,000 was its goal. Got there in 6 minutes. I just hit refresh on it. What do you think it's at, if you haven't already looked?
I have not looked.
Well, last time you and I talked about it, it was at $1.2 million.
1.2.
It's now at just over $3 million.
Oh my God. I was going to guess like 1.7. I was kind of thrown out. I was like, maybe that's too high. I'm like, maybe 1.5. That's crazy.
It's super crazy. They even added, they blew through the stretch goals. So they added a bunch of stretch goals. In fact, they added one that said final stretch goal, and it was like 2.7 million. And I think it was a reprint of issue 1.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. Maybe with a special
1,000% funded.
Yeah. Are you watching, Hasbro? I mean, we're talking about the comics that, let's be realistic, they're comics from the 80s and 90s. The people who couldn't get a hold of the comics or couldn't find all the issues probably downloaded torrents of the issues. This isn't like something brand new. This is 40-year-old material, 30 to 40-year-old material. That's been out there. People have been able to get their hands on this in multiple ways. I think even IDW printed hardback books, didn't they?
Yep, I believe so.
That collected issues like 1 through 10, then 11 through 20, etc. So this isn't new. This isn't the first time they've collected all these issues. And yet, look how well this is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet it's not even known by everybody.
Mm-hmm.
If more people knew about this, it would probably be even higher.
Yeah. Well,
so,
I look at so many of the things that I've personally backed on here. So let me see. Let me look at what I've backed. Okay.
Oh, don't get me started on Kickstarter.
So the Art of Collecting G.I. Joe. That was fantastic. Remember, we said that was great.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's see. That was 1,000 some odd % pledged. So, G.I. Joe just, it doesn't sell, right? Operation Recall, which is basically little old O-ring G.I. Joes, like unique characters made from the characters that created the old G.I. Joe characters back in the day. That's the whole point of this thing, is to make O-ring characters. It's 300 and some odd % funded, and these aren't even characters that exist in your fucking lore. These are brand new. Like, we just want to see the old people make new characters. Yeah. Let's see, what else? I mean, hell, the whole Marauder thing, like, they've been ridiculously successful, and they all come off the backs of G.I. Joe, right? Like, they were custom characters that kind of resemble some of these old G.I. Joes, or they were accessories for old G.I. Joes. Like, yeah, so Marauder Task Force. I think that's all I've got on here, but I mean, like, G.I. Joe is prolific and makes a lot of money. You just have to invest in it right. Like, you can't half-ass it and be like, well, it doesn't work. I don't know. Nobody likes G.I. Joe. Well, fucking get better at your shit.
There's another one, the Creating G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
That's another one that's like a behind the scenes that's been going on in parallel with that Art of G.I. Joe. And they just put out their last 2 volumes, which is volume 14 and 15.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they've been doing them largely in
G.I. Joe is so unsuccessful that you can only squeeze out 15 fucking volumes.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're all successful. Like, you almost think, oh yeah, the first couple will probably get the hype going, but then they would die off after a while. Nope.
Yeah.
Volumes 14 and 15. just hit. In fact, I just got them. I guess I should have said that. I forgot I got those. I got those 2 books because they did those 2 together.
Yeah.
And that other one, the one you mentioned, the art, they not only did a bunch of books, they then did a giant omnibus.
Uh-huh.
That just basically collected everything they'd already put out, plus bonuses, plus it was a larger format, so you get to see things better because it's just bigger.
Yeah.
And they added a bunch of goodies to that, and that was a resounding success. So
yeah. I don't get it.
Hasbro can't get out of their own way sometimes.
No, they really can't. So, but this movie's gonna suck, 110%. There's like no chance that it doesn't suck, if I'm honest with you.
This G.I. Joe compendium that we're talking about, it was at $3,011,000. It's since we've just been talking about it, it's jumped up to $3,012,600. So it's jumped like $1,500 just in the time we've talked.
Wow.
It's that last 48 hours. There's 41 left, and the last 48 hours, are another time when people who have been watching it go, oh yeah, I need to opt into this thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, they've added stretch goals too. Wow.
It's crazy.
But, yeah, really looking forward to this. But yeah, G.I. Joe not successful. Nobody
G.I. Joe
likes
sucks. All right, let's move on to some third-party news. Fans, Hobby Armada, Star Saber has its full-colored test shot. It looks like the Star Saber.
Yeah.
Can I be honest with you? I hope that this set of Star Saber is not just the mini cons that combine, and I hope they just give you an actual Star Saber accessory, because like when you look at the Star Saber in like the actual fiction, it doesn't really look like 3 mini cons combined like this. Like
yeah.
like this was great for the play value of Armada, but like it kind of looks stupid. Right?
There was and back in the day, Takara did a sword.
Yeah.
It was just a one-piece sword, and then that got KO'd a bunch, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
and there was a
cool.
sword for Energon too. I'm sure they'll be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's fine. I don't hate it. It serves the purpose it wants to serve. I just don't think that the sword looks good. I think the little mini-cons, it's cool. It's a modern mini-con version of the sword with like more articulated mini-cons, but like, I don't know. Throw in an actual Star Saber. I think it would look better. So.
That would be a nice add-on.
Yeah.
Not an add-on, but a bonus item to toss in. Like, hey, look, here you go.
Yeah. Just give cast in one color or something like that, or, whatever you want to do. Just make it look interesting. As for the actual set, like, I think they look fine. It disappoints me a little that the shoe guy, the one that looks kind of like
a slipper.
Yeah, like what I'm talking about. He still has the hilt of the sword sticking out the ass of the jet, which was a flaw with the actual minicon, and it's like you couldn't do anything about that. Like, I don't know. I feel like that looks a little cheap like that. So.
Did he have it in the cartoon?
I don't know.
I kind of think he did.
Maybe. I watched the cartoon.
Can't remember.
It was past my time. So.
Like past your bedtime or?
Both. So. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. If he had it in the cartoon, that's fine. But like, I don't know. I think it would have been cool to have a way for it to detach and just make it look better overall. So.
That's fair.
Are you getting these?
Probably not.
No, I'm definitely
Armada
not.
was fine, but
I
kind of. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say the only way. So I am not interested in this at all. My biggest draw to Armada is that amazing Atari game, and I would have rather Fans Hobby focused on making a Red Alert that nobody's done, than this personally.
I'm sure they're gonna do one.
Yeah, someone needs to.
I feel like Fans Hobby has really hit their stride with filling that void that nobody else is really touching.
Mm-hmm.
Armada for sure, Energon, but also even like the stuff like Overlord and such.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're doing well to stay in their lane, and I'm guessing they're going to keep going down the Armada Energon path, maybe even the Cybertron path, the whole kind of, Unicron trilogy. So.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of, in my head, one thing I always thought would be kind of a cool display for the series that I don't care that much about. Like, I liked Armada, but it wasn't the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
Energon, same thing. There's a lot of stupid shit in Energon, to be honest. Like Ironhide, I can't stand that fucking. That's the truck that had the head just sticking up on this stupid thing that looked like it didn't belong. And it's like a normal looking pickup truck with a weird something attached to the roof that didn't make any sense. And then you just plop it up and there's the head. And he did it all the time in the cartoons. It's just a truck, like a pickup driving around with a head. I don't know. And the character wasn't great. It was just dumb. And Cybertron, I like even less because the cartoon, the toys, there's some fantastic Cybertron toys. The cartoon was terrible, in my opinion. It's like, God, there's like a whole thing where they go to the speed planet and do this race. And it feels like the race is like 15 episodes. And you're like, oh, not more of this race. Go away.
Yeah.
But anyway, I for some of these series, I feel like there are some characters that I would love to pick up here and there just because I like the toy or like the character model. But I also feel like something that would be kind of cool is to just have the Optimus and the Megatron and just have them on a shelf together from each kind of series, like Armada Optimus, Armada Megatron.
I can see that for sure.
Energon Optimus, Energon Megatron, etc. So sometimes I think about picking up that Fans Hobby Optimus and the Megatron, and
I have the Fans Hobby Optimus. I didn't get Megatron. I thought about getting the Energon Optimus because he's cool. I dig Cybertron Optimus. I think he's one of the cooler designs for Optimus.
He is really cool.
Yeah. So like I picked that up. Like I don't give a shit if I don't care. Who did I get it from? Transform and Roll Out. Like if they're like, we've made a Lio convoy, which I don't think they're gonna do. I don't see how that thing would work. But if they did, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. Don't need any of that stuff. I do think that Optimus is cool. The hybrid style one. Did you have that one ever?
I do.
Oh man,
I think I still have it.
That's a good fucking toy.
That's a real good toy.
The G1 Optimus, which was like, I'm like, oh, this is a really good toy. Except his truck mode's not that great, but like, yeah, I mean, he's so small. I can look the other way. And then it's like, oh, here's a New Age Optimus Prime or even Magic Square. It's like, oh, yeah, this is shit. So Magic Square New Age just needs to like put out a Cybertron Prime and suddenly I'll be like, oh, this hybrid style one's pretty garbage. But no, I think the hybrid style one's pretty cool because it has like the cyber keys and all that shit, and it's really good. It's solid. It's way better than the G1 Optimus one was.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, someone needs to do a red alert. That's all I'm saying, because I've got the classics Hotshot. I've got the redo of Hotshot that Hasbro just did, which I think is probably more correct for Hotshot than classics Hotshot. And I don't care. I just need to stick a red alert in, and I've got my Atari, whatever the hell it is, Armada, and I'm done with it. I don't need anything else. So,
yeah, I was just talking about that game this weekend, actually. It's, my buddy Mike.
I really, really want to find a handheld system that plays PS2 games. I know there's one or two out there. They're a little on the pricey side, so I'm just kind of waiting it out a little bit. But I want some emulator software that does that, because I'd love to play that game again. But, yeah. I'm not hooking up my PS2. I don't think my PS2 works, actually. So, anyway, what's a sword without a shield? And this is the race car set.
The Skyboom shield, I think.
So I will say the Skyboom's shield. Is this no? Wait a second. So what is going on here? I'm like, this shield looks great. I'm like, I don't think that this is the shield. So this looks like the case of, okay, so do this for your Star Saber, because it looks like you can make the shield, or you can.
So I was purposely holding my tongue.
Yeah.
Until he got to this, because it looks like they've included
a shield. It's like a piece that snaps on the front to make it actually look like a shield versus like three cars all together.
Yeah. And so you can either have all three of the cars make the shield and be the shield,
Or you can have the shield by itself. Or you can have both.
Or you can have the shield by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you can take the 3 combined as a shield and snap it into the back of the actual shield.
Yeah.
So that there's a solid piece that looks like a solid uniform shield with the minicons behind it.
This is what you need to do for a Star Saber, 110%. Because like the shield looks fantastic, and like if you have that all in one uniform color, because each of these minicons is a different color, so that's part of what makes it look kind of stupid, is that they're all different colors, right? Like back in the day, this actual shield toy didn't look good because you had 3 different color minicons that make something vaguely resembling a shield. It's more like minicon centipede shield, but whatever. But like then when you actually like make the shield solid and you don't see the interconnections and like suddenly the wheels have gone away, like, well, yeah, okay, now I see what you're going for, right? So yeah, I don't know. Do this with the Star Saber. Your minicons look stupid though, which is just the nature of the minicon beast, right? Like the SUV guy, he looks ridiculous, and I think that is probably the only pose he's standing on, because that dude has no feet.
Yeah.
The I don't know, the crasher looking car. Man, he's got some ape hands, right? Like I think if you extend those things down straight, they might be touching the ground while he's standing up.
He's got that movie barricade syndrome.
Exactly. And then the F1 car, he's fine, I guess, but I don't know.
He's fine.
The mini cons, because of their size, they just don't end up looking great ever to me. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think they nailed the actual look of the minicons that they're
Probably.
supposed to, but yeah, they're kind of
they're janky, and I'm sure they looked that way in the media and stuff, because Hasbro was cognizant of the whole Ironhide situation they had in the 80s, where they're like, this doesn't look like the actual character. Well, now we got to try to make the character kind of look like these janky little toys we can make, So yeah, it's fine. I will say both for this and Star Saber, I hope it's better than the minicon that came with Optimus, because that thing is so bad. I don't know if you have. You said you didn't get the Armada Optimus, right? Not. Yeah, the spark plug that goes with it. He is like the world's shittiest figure. He's god awful. So I hope these are better.
That's sad to hear, because the original Optimus, Armada Optimus, that minicon Sparkplug was actually pretty good. It was like a solid minicon. It wasn't like they cheaped out on him because he was included with somebody,
Yeah.
He's a solid toy for what he is, a little minicon. So you'd figure on a masterpiece scale, a little bit bigger, Fans Hobby does pretty good stuff. You'd think that they would have done him right.
Yeah, no, they definitely did not, which makes me wonder. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but he's pretty bad, honestly. So, all right. Well, what's next? Bam Boom. Wow. Dr. Wu tackles Warpath. And this is obviously their teeny tiny scale.
Mm-hmm.
He's fine.
I don't even know what you call it. Sub-legend scale? I don't know.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. It looks fine.
Yeah. I have no problem.
A little tiny Warpath.
So.
The Dr. Wu stuff's pretty cool.
Yeah, and he's tiny. So, you kind of expect what you're going to expect. I think the tank could look a little bit better. I think Warpath could look a little bit better. But, probably at the small scale, probably the tank and Warpath look just fine. Right? So.
Yeah, that's how that's basically how I look at it.
Yeah.
I think the front could be filled in a little instead of it having the notch in the front of the tank, but it's fine.
Exactly. I feel like there could be one little piece that flips out, kind of fills the front, and I think the back of the turret could be a little rounder. It looks from that 3/4 view where you see the front. It just looks like it ends abruptly, But again,
true.
We're trying to make it teeny tiny legends, so. Yeah, there's probably not much we can do, right? So,
and it looks like he probably has an ankle rocker, which is impressive for such a teeny tiny little guy.
I can see that.
Looks like he has a little hinge down there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's fine.
What it is, it's fine. It's good.
Exactly. So, all right. What is next? More Doctor Wu. Who's Megatron? Yeah, it's Megatron. It actually looks really good as Megatron.
It does. I like that they included his stock and his silencer.
Yeah.
I mean, for a teeny
looks really good.
Megatron, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Do you have the option? Is it 2 different releases, or are they giving? Well, so they're showing. Okay, they have the Doctor Who E36X. Then they have, what's this one? 36S, which is the purple one, and then the regular one is 36. Okay, so you have the option if you want his chest hair or not. Yes, that's the only way I could see that.
Totally his chest hair.
This is chest hair. There's no way around it. So that extra little gun, detail, that's just chest hair. I think the standard one looks the best. I mean, I don't know what the purple one is. Is it supposed to be like the blueprint version of him or something? Like,
I think this is the reformatting into Galvatron.
That's what I thought so too.
Yeah.
I will say the chest hair version, it doesn't really capture the toy very well. I know you got the red legs. I don't think that they really look right on this Doctor Wu toy. Like they look, it makes it look cheap. It doesn't look right to me. And then like the lack of any like chroming to him,
yes,
is
that's
a big
the
deal
thing for me.
Yeah. So
like looking at the toy one's legs, the shins are painted silver, it looks like.
Exactly.
And if they would have painted the whole figure that silver, it would have been much more of a toy look to me.
Exactly. And it's like, it doesn't. It's still a generic plastic, and it doesn't work for me. So,
I mean, again, I guess we have to take into account that these are fairly cheap. I think they're like $25 a pop.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, they're tiny and they're pretty well. I mean, that's the price of a deluxe these days,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Some silver paint would have helped out on that a lot, but yeah, I think the regular one looks the best too. I agree.
Yeah. If I was gonna get this, I would not get the toy version. I just don't think it looks good. And I think so. My criticisms to the red is that like the red shows up in weird places, which probably is based on how the pieces come together. But it's like you have the front silver, and then you have the red that kind of comes on the top of the knee joint. You know what I mean? And it's like, I kind of wish that wasn't there. I kind of wish that looked better or was black or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Somehow, like when you look at the Megatron standing there, Menace King 6 picture. Is it 6? Yeah. Well, okay. If you look at picture 6 and you look at Megatron where you see the inside of his leg and you see the big screw there, when it's all in black, I think it looks better than like if you, for example, go to EX4 and it's like, well, now when it's in red, like I see all these little things that the black hides better, And I think that's why it looks cheap to me.
Yeah, I think the other thing, and I'm trying to look, there's no red on the toy version's arm, like the inside of the arm. Yeah, there's no red on the inside of the arm, which the G1 toy did have, I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
I can't remember.
Let's see. Yeah, so the inside of the G1 toy's arms are red, and it's missing on that. And so I think that kind of takes away, because like you said, the red looks a little out of place because it's not, to me, it's not uniform. It's not in the places it should be.
Yeah.
Like the arms.
I don't know.
So,
I mean, it's fine. I would just say, the cartoon one just looks leagues better. So if I was going to get one, which I don't know, maybe I will, because I kind of dig how small this is. If I was going to get one, I would definitely go with the cartoon one. So.
Yeah, I would too. I agree.
Yeah.
But it's not a bad mold. It's a good mold. I like it.
No, I think the mold looks great.
For what it is and the size that it is.
Yeah. just wanted to see what their Optimus Prime looks like because I haven't seen that for a while. Yeah, it looks okay.
It's not bad.
Yeah, he looks not bad for the size.
Again,
he looks good,
for
I
the
think.
size, it's
Yeah.
good.
Who knows? Maybe if I go to a con, that's a con purchase for me because he looks pretty cool. I wouldn't mind him. All right, so what's next? Lucky Cat has a Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime coming that scales with 3Zero's deluxe line. Huh. Lucky that. So, 3Zero already made this, though, in deluxe, right?
I think so, but this one transforms.
Right, of course. That's the big thing.
So that's a nice thing, too, but...
I guess the question I have, and maybe the idea is that we make it so the robot scales with the 3Zero Deluxe line just so if we don't get to a character, you've got like a Bumblebee that can go with this or whatever, you know? I was just mostly thinking, like, why bother scaling it necessarily to the 3Zero instead of just doing your own thing? Because I just worry that, like, well... I don't really like Bumblebee. I'm not going to buy Bumblebee when they come out with, you know, like, or I've already got a Bumblebee. It's good enough. Because I think this Prime looks really, really good for the most part. I see a couple things that I might change if I was them, but, you know, I think he looks good.
I think it looks pretty good overall. The truck mode is good from the front. The back is a little rough, but...
The back's a little rough. The side is a little... Like, is a little weird. The air brake canister is very high up there, and like there's that spot behind the front wheel that's just like, what's there? Why is that all weird and open? From the front, I think it looks great.
And then the sides by the smokestacks.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, that silver piece. So
Yeah.
I mean, the back is just like nothing. The back looks like Optimus is like, my legs got blown off, and Roller's like, I got it, and just slams it to Optimus at the knees. Yep, that's it. Man. That's the official canon, is that Optimus gets his legs blown off to Lieutenant Dan style, and then Roller's forced to ram his carcass into the back of Optimus Prime's legs to be the back of the trailer. And that is why the back looks so bad.
He's just driving around with like his stumps sparking and grinding on the ground. Then Roller's like, I got you, Prime.
I got you. Yeah.
He just slams into the back, and that's the last you hear of Roller because he
just integrated with Prime now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and then when Optimus transforms, the Roller part of him just disappears, like his trailer. So
just discards off onto the ground.
Yeah. The Optimus looks good in robot mode. Looks fantastic in robot mode.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like one of those toys. I haven't messed with Lucky Cat. This looks like one of those toys that would not be very fun to transform.
Like the Magnificent Mecha. What a pain to transform, but man, does it look fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, the interesting thing about this, and then you got things like that Wonderful Trans and Magnificent Mecha, where they're taking the super detailed, super nice looking stuff like the 3-0 and the who's the other one? It's doing the statues and such and the figures. It's 3-0 and
I can't think of the other company.
But you know, they're the ones that Hasbro's been like Flames Toys. They do like
yeah. There you go.
The non-transforming stuff. For now, we know Flames Toys is doing some transforming figures, but they're taking these designs, they're essentially KOing the look, but making them transform. So, pretty impressive. Because the thing about Flames Toys and 3-0, they're figures that don't transform. Since they don't have to transform, they look fantastic in robot mode, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
It's kind of an interesting side note of third party / KO, like 3.5 party, not fourth party KO, not third party, but sort of third party, you know?
Yeah.
It's a weird area.
Yeah. Well, this looks good. I look forward to seeing some reviews on it because I won't be getting it, but I also don't envy those who are going to be transforming this thing. So, oh, there's more pics of it. Oh no, more cats. LaserCats Predaking, and more pics. So I'll open both those. Okay. So one of these pictures goes to a Gundam Cross Transformers custom Starscream, which looks pretty cool, but definitely like a Gundam.
Whoops.
But
I threw the wrong link in here. Sorry.
Whatever.
I'll take that out.
LaserCat Predaking is Robert's favorite. It's just one of those little tiny combiners with the big giant head.
Yeah, super deformed.
No, make Robert happy at least. So.
There are more pics of this that I failed to put the right link into, but they do have individual modes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
So the pics here, the combined pic, looks cool.
So what I like is someone like just use like Translate or something on all this stuff. So LaserCat is apparently Gecko Cat. The top is single body change. The next one is 5 combinations. Combined height 17. Then apparently country school quiet is the big thing at the bottom.
I love that.
I can't really something area light. By area light. Oh, eye area light. So he's got a light in the head.
Yeah.
Combined multifunctionality, which probably means that they make robots and little beasts.
Yeah. But
country school quiet right now.
Country school quiet. That should be an episode.
I like that. Like, so when you look at the untranslated, you have the little cat paw. And it says Steel Kitty Party, and then whatever the text says. And then the text translator says Steel Factory, and suddenly the kitty thing kind of looks like brass knuckles. The kitty paws or brass knuckles? Just
the brass knuckles now. This is Steel Factory.
Yeah.
We're going country school quiet on you all fools.
And then the bottom, the final effect of the dyed image is for reference. So, yeah, these colors may vary, everyone. So,
yeah.
All right.
Cool, quiet.
Well, looks cool. I hope Robert likes it.
Yeah.
Probably order 7 of them. All right, Unique Toys is getting dumber. Oh, God, no. No. Okay, so they're apparently doing Rise of the Beast, Mud Flap. It looks pretty movie accurate. Who cares? Mud Flap and whatever his name was, Test Tube Baby. What was his name? Skids and Mud Flap. They need to die.
Skids is going to be dumb.
Yeah.
They've already said he's going to be dumb, and this is dumber.
They just need to go away. If I'm honest with you, they just need to go away. Dumb and Dumber need to go away.
You know what I would prefer, though? If they did an MP scale ice cream truck.
I would prefer the MP scale ice cream truck for sure. I don't think that you captured the car at all. I think the car mode looks stupid.
Does it?
Yeah. I mean, the car itself looks kind of stupid, but I think that this does not capture the vehicle it's supposed to be. I don't think. It's been a while since that. Was it the Chevy Trax? Was that what it was?
That sounds right.
Chevy Trax. Oh, God. They still make the Chevy Trax.
Do they really?
Apparently.
Wow. Can't say that I've ever seen one on the road.
Yeah. Me either. Probably never noticed. All right, what year would this be? Like 2017? No, that's too new.
No, let's see. 2009. 2010,
Holy
somewhere
shit.
in there. Because 2007 was
Oh,
the first
God,
one.
yep. Okay, here it is. It's an awful looking car. I'm looking. Yeah, there's still enough of the body lines that I don't think are necessarily captured right that this looks good to me. You know? I don't know. It's close, I guess. It's close enough for what it's trying to be, which is an ugly ass car. Actually, let's see. What was this? ROTF? Is that whether he was in?
Mm-hmm.
Mudflap?
Revenge of the Fallen. I think they had a quick background in.
Yeah. It's because by that point, everyone's like, these guys are ridiculously racist.
So Jolt was in it as the Chevy Volt. Mudflap is the Trax, and Skids is the Chevy Beat.
Okay, so Mudflap has a bunch more of like that gray molded plastic at the front end too, which is really throwing me off. It's not right. It's not right for what it's trying to be.
Yeah, they did miss a bunch of the like gray plastic or gray body panels.
They like kind of make it like a dark red or brown here, like a maroon maybe. But it's not right. Like that's not what he looks like. So, and then like you miss a lot of the headlight details. Like those headlights kind of do this weird circle that kind of goes back on the body. So it's not just so much of it is wrong. Which looks like you're just trying to avoid a lawsuit. So, which is fine, but like, why bother then? I don't know. Just go the extra mile, I think. So.
Yeah, that's interesting that they're missing some of that. They really got the color on the front of that completely wrong.
Yeah, and then he doesn't even really look like the robot either. Like the head is right, but like, so like that black plastic kind of ends up being like a shoulder pad, kind of in a way. Like it goes over the shoulder cuffs there. There's definitely more of like an explosion to the chest that you see robot stuff behind the bumpers and stuff. So I don't know. A lot of this is just wrong. It doesn't. Here, I'm gonna send you this picture. Like none of it looks right. It doesn't look right in vehicle mode, and it doesn't look right in robot mode. So I don't know. I think it's a fail. It's a fail for me. Yeah, I don't like it. Sorry. Too much of it's wrong.
Let's see. Oh, I see what they're doing here, though. So the front of the car has a lot of like the dark gray on it.
Mm-hmm.
But in robot mode,
it's red. Yeah.
It's red. So I think that's what they did. They were like, well,
perhaps, but the robot mode has a lot of like dark gray stuff too. That's just gone. It's just missing. You know?
Yeah. They could have done the panel between the lights and the bottom bumper piece. I think that's the bumper. Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, they could have done that as like the dark gray, and that would have helped the robot mode.
Yeah.
And it would have helped the car mode a little bit too, but yeah, I agree. They did kind of miss on this.
Yeah. And then like, so I'm trying to get a good like look at the face, which I know the face is probably fairly right, but I don't know, is it? In the movie? Okay, so here's a picture of Mudflap. Just him. Like, even he has more, like, dark colors going on between, I guess, like, the lower jaw and the eyes. So, I don't know. It's weird. This is weird. And who's, like, really excited about this? Like, honestly, I see reviewers getting this because they're going to get it and get people to view it. But, like, how much of the fans are like, fuck yeah, Skids and Mudflap? You know? Like,
I don't know, man. So I sold at the TFCon Chicago, which was, trying to think, 2022. That's the fall show from 2022. And the two things that I got asked about over and over in this order, the number one thing I was asked if I had, followed by the number two thing. The number one thing I was asked about is animated. Do you have any animated?
Mm-hmm.
That was the number one question I got. The number two was, do you have any Revenge of the Fallen?
Huh.
I can't explain it.
That is very strange.
I had stuff from most of the movie stuff. I had animated stuff. Almost everything I had animated sold out insanely quick. Insanely quickly. And the Revenge of the Fallen stuff sold super quick. It's funny because the first person that asked me was like, do you have any Revenge of the Fallen? And I would, for some reason, I thought, if they're asking for that, they're asking for the Fallen. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I don't have the Fallen. And they're like, no, just anything from Revenge of the Fallen.
Huh.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. I think that the demographic that was at the perfect age for the 2007 franchise start to be kind of their G1. 2007.
Yeah.
That movie's already 17 years old.
Yeah.
So those people that were in there, call it right around what? 10 to 13-ish, somewhere in there. Maybe a little older even. They're now 17 years older and disposable income, and it seems to be that flow,
Yeah, true.
So I don't know. Maybe those people are super excited.
Maybe.
I mean, Unique Toys seems to be doing just well doing just fine with their Favors stuff. So I don't know. I guess if this is for you and you like it, good deal.
You win.
You got a Dumb and Dumber coming.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever.
Never float your goat.
Yeah.
What's next?
Exactly. Life with Louie gets a Legends scale figure. Please. I mean, I know what this is because we were talking about it pre-show, but I kind of hope it's like a little Louie Anderson, if I'm honest with you.
I was gonna put Louie Anderson, but I was like, I don't know how many people remember Louie Anderson.
I know. It dates us.
Look at this Blaster, guys. It's so good.
Blaster looks amazing, but his waist, okay. I'm sorry, but when you show me an ab crunch, it's literally like one tiny little hinge that separates his body. I'm like, it doesn't look that good. You need something to do better than that for ab crunch. I am not impressed with your box on a hinge ab crunch. But the rest of it looks amazing. And Ramhorn and Rewind. I don't know if it's eject or rewind. I never can remember. Looks fantastic. I like it.
Check out any of the robot pictures where you see his. Look at picture 05.
5. All right. Yep.
This is where you see your box on a hinge.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to point out here is look at the hip articulation. Notice how they have his his forward backward with that nice rounded cut.
That looks nice.
That looks really nice. Instead of having like your traditional just, here's your swivel joint and here are your flaps to pull out of the way. They did this cool little like
swivel
curved swivel thing.
It makes it look more like organic. Like I like that. Now I will say, I'm spoiled with MP and stuff with like the knees because like again it's box on a hip on a swivel, but it's like I have to forgive it somewhere because it is a Legend scale toy. But I will say I'm not a big fan in picture 5 the way that his right leg looks. Where it's just like looks like it's just barely hanging on, right? But it's fine. It's a Legends toy. I will not pose mine that way, and I won't.
I keep hearing box on a hinge, like donkey on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Donkey on the edge, Shrek.
And that's the name of this episode is Box on a Hinge. So that's what we're gonna call it.
There you go.
Box on a Hinge.
I will say, picture 10.
He looks so good.
I want that little seat.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to put out a freaking Lego set that looks wrong. Mm-hmm. I want this whole Attack on Autobot City seat, and you can see kind of the canopy and everything in the background.
Canopies.
Looks great.
Yeah. The whole thing looks, I mean, frankly, this looks fantastic. I think both modes look great. The tapes look great. The accessories make sense. I hope it's not. It doesn't, like, looking at picture 7 where you see him having eject, rewind, whatever, in his chest. It looks like it's not hard to get it out. Like, you may just tilt it forward and he falls out. I'm okay with that. You know, like, I hate when the tape is impossible to get out of the toy. So.
Or maybe if you look at that same picture and then you go to picture 2, which is the back of him, it looks like maybe you can even open his back and push him out if you need to.
Yeah.
Which is smart. Which is good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
New Age knocking it out of the park again. This looks fantastic.
Yeah. Keep crushing it, New Age.
Yep.
All right. Siyang Culture, which translates into fairly disappointing Metroplex culture, has revealed color prototypes for their Legends Trainbots. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Can I tell you things I don't care about? Siyang Culture.
You know, we both have our problems with that Metroplex, but man, I would love some Legend scale.
Yeah, all things considered, the trains actually look really good. So I think the robots are acceptably good for Legend scale, and I think the trains look good, honestly.
And the combined one looks good.
Yeah, it does.
And each of these on their own has 1,000,000% more paint than that entire fucking Metroplex.
It really does. It makes you wonder. So, let's see. Are they up for pre-order? They are not yet. So, I was just wondering what they were. Well, I guess the 6-gun and Scamper don't have a price yet either. So,
one thing that bothers me about the white train, the white and green train. Look at any picture of the white and green train in combined mode or train mode. What's going on with the wavy windows, the bottom of the front windows?
That's a good question.
Were they trying to put windshield wipers in there or something, or is this just a shitty paint job? I don't know what's going on there. Looks terrible.
Yeah.
But it also looks like it's just a paint issue.
Hasbro. What's their... It's Takara. Raiden. I just want to see what that... So I know that one, the Takara Raiden, very much focused on the trains. So I just want to see, what does the window look like on that?
I can only ever remember Shoki, which is the blue one here. Watch, I got that one wrong.
So, okay. So the Hasbro... Well, all right. Let me find a different one here. Oh, come on, Transformers Wiki. You really don't have the Masterpiece one here listed? You have failed me for the last time. I mean, obviously the train on the pictures does not look like that. So, I don't know. I have no clue what they're doing here. I don't know. Now I can't go back.
Yukikaze. That's him.
Yeah, I mean, that would be my guess. Looking at this green train, I see that a lot of times he's depicted with his windshield wipers. And it almost looks like perhaps there's a windshield wiper there and there should be like paint right underneath it or something. That's not there, and it just makes it look weird and wavy.
Yep.
So
and here's my fear. My fear is, okay, here, let me. I think I got a pretty good picture here. Let's see. I'll make this bigger. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me toss this in chat. So yeah, it's definitely the windshield wipers, but also if you look, they outline the windows with like a gray or silver.
Where did you didn't paint? You didn't post it anywhere?
Oh, it says still sending. Hold on, let me just send the link. I tried to send the picture. For some reason it's choking.
Crap book is like, nope.
There you go. So it's definitely...
I didn't get that either.
Are you serious? All right,
I am serious.
Let's try in Skype.
That I got. Let's find it.
Okay.
You just have to find Skype's chat. All right. Maybe. Their link is unresponsive. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
All this technology, we can't even share a simple thing.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, and you see how they outlined each window with a silver or gray? I think it's silver. It's just hard to see it as silver in that pic, but I bet that's what they did. I bet they were looking at that and they molded it, but they didn't paint it.
Yeah.
So
I think you're
hopefully they take care of that.
Hopefully.
And they
we all know that
paint it all black.
A lot of paint, though.
That's a lot of paint for Siyang Culture.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the other thing I'll point out is the green on I guess it's Yukikaze. If you look at the very front, the bottom sort of skirt on the train, you can see the splotchy green. Like if you look at pick, which one is this?
The one that went with S809 where you have the 2 feet? Or are you looking at the following one?
The one right before that. The second to last picture. It's in S018.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, see the green splotchy the bottom of that?
Yeah,
you can
it's
see
all, like scraped up.
It's all scraped up, and then even the line, like closer to that guy or girl's thumb, it's like the green isn't all the way down. So hopefully this is
kind of test shotty.
Not a production sample. Yeah, this is like a test shot. And they fixed the paint a little bit. But
yeah. He also, like, he's not really the right color either. Like, he's too white. He's kind of an off-white, right? Like, isn't he? Am I wrong? I think he's an off-white. Yeah, I think he's off-white, man. I don't think he should be this white. The white one should be the blue train. The one with the blue that makes the top of the combiner. He's the wrong color.
Oh, yeah. You're right. He is.
Yeah.
He should be just like an ivory almost.
Yeah, so set him outside when you get him. He'll be fine. Let him get some of that yellowy plastic.
Some yellowing required.
Yeah,
good point. He should be a little...
Now I'm looking at the blue one. Is he right? Not really. I mean, that like yellowy... So that yellowy plastic should be like a little bit closer to the white side. I can forgive that one, I think, more than I can forgive the mismatch of the train, because like it stands out to me that the head part train is a much whiter train. Like it distinguishes them a little more outside of the blue and green. You know, it makes it look different than the one that's like off-white with the green versus the stark white with the blue, you know? So.
Oh, I was wrong. It's not Shoki. It's Getsui.
Yeah. Suck it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you're right.
You know what, though? In the cartoon, to Siyang Culture's credit, I guess if you look at the cartoon model of Raiden, this train is definitely white and green. But he has a yellow nose, so he's still wrong. So, suck it, Siyang Culture. You still messed up. So.
Done fucked up.
You done fucked up, Ron. So. Yeah, if you look at copy image dress, here you go. If you look at this one, you can see where he's definitely more white, but he's missing his yellow nose.
Yep.
And the color of the other one is just wrong, but it's fine, whatever.
But if they're going to do this, they need to do the windows in blue like that.
All right, so their Metroplex was how much?
Well, if you look at... I think it's 160 on Shozi. Let's go look.
Something like that, yeah. I'm just thinking, how much do you think these guys are?
It looks like they're selling them as a set. Based on they come in that little plastic pieces too. There's 6 of them, right?
Yep.
So 3 sets of 2.
I definitely think that you could get 3 sets of 2, or you could get 2 sets of 2 and additional sets of 1, just because I think the crotch and the torso bot might end up being slightly bigger.
Well, also, these don't come with the big foot wings.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to have to come with those.
Well, they might come with it. We haven't seen any accessories.
Well, that's fair. So. I'm just looking at the plastic piece, but that's fair. They could have a secondary tray under there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that on whole, I think this thing comes out to be 160 to 180.
Yeah, so I can see that probably.
Maybe 50-50, and then the balance is a little more with all the accessories if they don't come pre-packed with these guys.
Yeah. You know what? I'm probably in on these just because I don't know if anyone else is going to do Raiden in this scale, if I'm honest with you.
So is it Blue Forge 3D? They have a very nice looking 3D printable Raiden coming in Legend scale.
That's true. But then I have to spend like $200 in filament because I won't use most of those colors. So, I mean, it might just be cheaper to go this route. So
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
This looks like a better set already than the Metroplex.
It does. It really does. I would actually like to see these bots next to their Metroplex, kind of. Like, I kind of wish that was there too. Just to see, like, how this is going to scale with other Legends, because I can't tell. Like, they look pretty big, right? I'm going to say they're smaller looking than the New Age Dinobots, but probably around New Age Optimus maybe height. Does that feel about right?
1 second. There's pictures out there.
Okay.
Here's one. But I don't know which one this is. So, yeah, here we go. Send this, and we'll see if this actually sends. Oh my gosh, it says sent. So this is the same two figures that we're looking at now, along with, I think, New Age. Yeah, that's got to be New Age Prime. And also, there's Zarek. Like an early 3D printed test shot of their Zarek, because they're doing a Scorponok. And the Trainbots are pretty much same size as New Age Prime. They're like just a touch tinier.
I think it's Magic Square.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute.
It's definitely a Magic Square. I think it's a Magic Square Hound, Bumblebee, and Beachcomber in the vehicle pictures.
I love the picture. The picture with Bumblebee, and he has no tires. He's just got the plastic rims.
Yep.
That's funny. Because that one came with extra tires, too.
Wrong neighborhood.
That's right. I guess that is Magic Square.
Yeah. I think
I
so.
thought that Prime was New Age. Wow, that head looks really nice on the Prime.
The other thing I can tell by the plastic is it looks Magic Square.
Oh, that's fair. I was looking at the chest and thought it was that opening chest that kind of does its thing.
Mm-hmm.
New Age Prime's fantastic little figure. And Justin thinks the trailer is the best trailer ever.
I don't think it's the best trailer. I just think it's better than the other one.
No, I said the New Age. You think the New Age trailer is the best?
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I think these will be spot on for sizing. Now, the next question is, do they combine proper, or do they... Let's look at the combine mode again. Okay, so if you look at the combine mode, there's no knee and no upper leg.
Where are you looking?
Just back in the link from the show notes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that has to be the upper
modes.
The crotch bot has to be doing the knee and upper leg. So
yeah,
that's why I think it could be 2 sets of 2 and then 2 singles. So just because of that extra stuff. So
could be, yeah. Or they pull the whole like, it's 50-50 and $80.
Mm-hmm.
And the last set has 2, but it has all the extra stuff, and it's a little more expensive.
Exactly.
Guess we'll see.
Oh, So look at picture where you have the 2 legs in their leg modes there, and they're just sitting there on the ground. No hands in the picture.
Okay.
I don't like that. Look at the top where it looks like it's going to connect to the knee. Looks like you got these two tiny little pegs that are going to peg into either side of the knee, and then I'm guessing a clip in the back.
Yeah. There might be a clip in the front. See that little
yeah, I can see that
front
too.
top?
But it looks to me like you have two little pegs that might break easily. That's my worry.
Yep. I could see that, unfortunately. And hopefully that's not the pivot point either. Hopefully that's just
like locking left
push
and right.
them together. Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope you're right. I hope it's a front tab, a rear tab, and then these two other things just kind of secure it from sliding apart. So
I bet it is.
Makes me worry a little,
right?
though. So
it's got to be.
You would think.
I would hope. I do hope.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also legend scale. So, if there's no die cast, these guys are relatively light, it might not be so bad. There might not be a lot of pressure on those clips. We'll see.
Yeah.
Not bad, though.
Yeah. All right. So what we got next? Pangu Toys gives us another KO-ish Marvel reference with Silver Samurai. Man, this is weird.
Yeah, so this is I think, Iron Factory Cyclonus.
Okay.
That they KO'd and oversized. And remember they did a Loki?
Yeah.
Didn't Robert get the Loki? I think Robert got the Loki. We'll have to ask him about that next time. I mean, I think this looks cool, but I don't know why it's a thing. I mean, that said, I also think that if you're doing the Iron Factory Samurai series, I think this fits right in.
Yeah, I agree. And I do feel like there's precedent for this somewhere. I feel like I remember there being like a Silver Samurai mech or something like that somewhere in continuity. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me see. Silver Samurai mech.
I mean, there was from the Wolverine, the Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
The movie called
that's
The
that's
Wolverine.
definitely, yeah. So there was that in the Marvel Snap card game, which is a pretty damn good mobile card game. I just played it for a while. There's this variant, which I think is pretty much kind of what they're going for, minus the face is a little bit different. But yeah, I can see it. It's cool. It's a KO though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one from the movie looks. I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah, I can see that too. So that's cool.
Yeah, some kind of mix of that and this.
Yeah,
This card
I can
you
see
sent.
it for sure. All right, official news. Flames Toys gives us a beautiful Starscream. I don't think they're giving us anything, sir. I think that they're going to make us buy it, if I'm honest with you.
Flames Toys charges us an arm and a leg for a beautiful Starscream.
Yeah. He's good. He's fun. He's Starscream. Oh, look, I like picture 7 that he's kind of got the Armada thing going on with like the cannons flipping up over his back.
Oh, man, my stuff's all locked up. There we go. Oh, man, technical difficulties. What's going on?
I don't know.
Can't get the link to open.
Mine's working. Yep.
There we go. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So picture 7, you got Armada
Picture
Starscream going on.
Yeah, it's interesting how they sort of pull in multiple elements on some of these statues.
They really do. Picture 9. It looks like Wing Zero. Like fire. Or no, actually, I think it's I don't think it's Wing Zero. It would be what the hell is it? Heavy Arms. I think he made this exact pose where like all the missile pods and all that shit open up. So Gundam reference there. Then there's picture 11 where he's like, "Yo, bro, I heard you need wings. Here's more wings to put on your wings."
Yeah, that picture 11 is Cybertron.
Yep.
He's got Cybertron arms.
Yep.
Cybertron Starscream arms, for sure.
It's interesting, all this stuff they kind of add. I like picture 15 though. Picture 15. If I had this is how mine would be with the crown and the giant cape. So.
Picture 15 does look fantastic. I love that cape.
Mm-hmm. He's a Megatron gun. He's a little Megatron that he can hold. Because of everyone in Transformers who held Megatron, Starscream is by far the most iconic, right? So.
Yeah, that's interesting that he doesn't come with one.
Yeah.
I know Robert pre-ordered this because we were chatting about it in our group chat, and he got the Coronation add-on. Which I guess she had to order direct from them to get. I love the Decepticon symbol on the back of the cape. Picture 19.
Yeah, I'd like that too. It's real nice. It's cool.
I mean, this thing looks fantastic.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's interesting because if you look at just the chest, any picture where you see his, like the core chest where the cockpit is and everything, that part with the intakes and everything looks like the Combiner Wars leader class.
Yeah,
Starscream,
I can see that.
Which that whole chest looked like an Angry Birds character.
It does. So going to picture, like flip between pictures 9 and 10 where it's like LEDs off, LEDs on. It's like the bird on his chest is angry. The bird on the chest lights up with rage as he's firing all the missiles.
That's after you've launched the bird and you hit the button again to make them do their thing, like dive or whatever, based on the bird.
Exactly. So,
wait, is that the only thing that lights up? Oh, his eyes light up too. Okay.
His eyes light up. It kind of looks like that's it, though, doesn't it?
Up. It's like his cockpit, his nipples, and his eyes light up.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah. That seems to be it. Yeah.
Come on,
Which is
guys,
weird because he's got a lot of other parts on him that look like they should light up, but
yeah, you got to take a note. You got to take notes from Siyang Culture and make everything that shouldn't light up light up.
He needs light up toes.
No fucking reason.
So I have a question.
Light up toes. Everything.
Picture 4. Why does he have like what's going on the piece that's like hanging off his back there? Like why is that there?
I think that's supposed to be his cockpit that folds up. It doesn't transform, but I think they're trying to kind of build it in like, oh, if this transformed, this would be his cockpit. And we're looking at the underneath.
I could see it, but like it just looks like so. Then like picture 19 where he's got the cape on. Now it's just like sticking out. He's excited to wear his cape. I guess I don't know. Like it's just weird, and it just looks awkward in all the pictures. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me that it's there, especially because it doesn't transform. So, yeah.
Let me take a quick look at something here.
I could have the suspension of disbelief that the cockpit is somewhere within, like, forming the chest body of him. I don't need it hanging off the back, and I think it kind of ruins the look of the figure from the back. Other than that, he looks great.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's what they're going for, and I don't know. I look forward to Lucky Cat or Wonderful Trans or somebody knocking this off and making it transform.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks nice. It's probably going to be $400.
Probably.
Actually, wasn't that what it was? Weren't we looking at that? Or was it like 300 or something?
I think so. I think it was expensive like that. So.
As are all Flames toys.
Mm-hmm. All right.
What's next?
Maybe MPG won't be smaller. MP repaints hit the MPG line. So it looks like we're getting Ironhide and I guess a Diaclone hoist repaint as part of MPG line. So.
Yep, repaints and slight retools of their respective MP Ironhide and MP hoist.
So I hear you on the possibility that maybe this line won't be smaller. On the other hand, I mean, Ironhide is old tooling. You've already done the tooling for hoist. I don't know. I don't necessarily think that means anything, right? It's not a new
That's
figure,
fair too.
So, a repaint's kind of like a low bar. Also, I will realize, like, looking at this Ironhide, I'm like, God, he looks so much worse when you don't have the, like, mod kit that moves the sides of the van back up to his abdomen area.
Yeah.
Like, he looks so bad. It's probably the reason I'm okay with my Ironhide is because I have that kit. And it's like, when you look at that DK2 Guard 5 picture where he's, like, kind of sideways looking and, like, you're like, oh, that looks real bad.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. That kit is it's huge difference.
Yeah, it really helps him out. Like, even when you see the picture that just shows the black van and then Ironhide, like, just filling in the side of the van just helps so much in robot mode. Yeah,
it does. Weird. Ironhide's one I could see, and I wouldn't be mad if they did a 2.0 of.
I agree.
I agree. At some point.
And I still feel like I'm waiting for the right company to come along and, like, put out an Ironhide. I think Fans Toys has one coming, right? Don't they? I think so. Have we seen?
I have to look.
I think we've seen it.
X-Transbots for sure is.
Yeah. Yeah, Fans Toys. Yeah, Fans Toys showed the pictures of it. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think if I recall correct, I could be wrong, but I think Ratchet had the, like, skid built into, like, a backpack on him or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. We did see that.
Yeah.
And there was something about the backpack and, like, the skid.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the right company to come along and make it, honestly. And it's probably going to be Fans Toys, if I'm honest with you. But, X-Transbots is not that company. And this looks bad. Like, this Ironhide looks terrible anymore. He really needs that panel work. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see if MPG is going to have full-size MPs, but I still am not holding my breath when the first two things are repaints that I'm not entirely sure who's clamoring for.
Yeah, I guess you have a point. I was thinking, okay, so if they're doing these, then maybe MPG will be normal.
They could. They absolutely could. But then, like,
could.
You've already spent the money on the tooling and engineering and all that, and at this point it's just a repaint. So, yeah, who knows?
Right, and these might be repaints that they had planned anyway, and then decided to do the line change and said, let's put them out anyway.
Yeah, I'd have
Plus
to
they're
see
Diaclone.
I'd have to release them, see them release something that they have not done in MP scale, you know? So
yeah. And they could just be like, well, it's Diaclone, so these might not quite look right with your main MPG or whatever. So yeah, that's true. This could all just be like, yeah,
if this
was
was
something
like
for your Diaclone shelf or whatever, but yeah,
we'll see. We shall see. Missing Link continues to keep it very G1 with Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper updates.
So we can kind of look at these two links at the same time. The thing I wanted to point out, we've already seen these. We've already seen a Missing Link, Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee. But what I wanted to point out is look at, like, okay, so either link, you can see how closely they mirrored the G1 release to the Missing Link release.
Yeah.
The packaging, even the inserts and how they're doing everything. Yeah. And, you know, I look at that and I say, this is one thing I super appreciate about Takara.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree with that.
It's cool, too. If you look at the one link, they even have stickers that look just like the original G1 artwork on the box, even though the Autobot symbol was kind of wonky looking on the artwork.
Yeah.
That's the way the artwork was. So they're like, hey, here you go. You can have some stickers that look exactly like that if you want.
I dig it. Yeah, I like that. That's a cool touch.
Yeah, and
I
if
really
you look
like
at Bumblebee,
that.
Yeah. If you look at Bumblebee, they're like, here's his actual toy head.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they're putting some die-cast parts in here, and I don't know. I really appreciate the level of detail and
I like seeing the die-cast parts too. Like they show where the die-cast is located and stuff on this figure. So, yeah, it's cool.
It is cool. I like the little touches like this. Very nice.
I need to figure out what I'm doing with these because, like, I feel like at some point there's going to be cartoon versus toy versions, right? Like, it's got to be. I mean,
I'm pretty sure they already have the links up for both.
Yeah, I got to do some looking. So I love the G1 toy Bumblebee head, honestly, but I feel like I got the cartoon Prime, so I should probably get the cartoon Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. I don't know. We'll see.
I guess I got to figure that out too, because I got the toy Prime, because I got the missing link with the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Although interesting, I don't know if you saw Toy Hacks is doing. They did a sticker kit. They did a couple sticker kits for Missing Link Prime, and the one with the trailer makes him look anime accurate. Makes him look like the cartoon. So
that's interesting.
Including stickers for the trailer.
Huh. Yeah. I didn't see that. So the one thing I liked about the toy version that I was a little sad when I picked up the cartoon version is like that detail of the forearm stickers that Optimus Prime has that is just actually like painted nicely and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of wish that I had that, you know? So.
Yeah, and for those who don't have him, that detailing on the top of Missing Link Optimus Prime's forearms is actually molded in.
Yeah.
And then on the cartoon one, it's painted red, and on the toy one, it's painted like the stickers. Like
exactly. And I'm like, I liked how that detail they put in there for the paint. So I like that. So I don't know. I'm definitely in on these. Like I said, I didn't think I was gonna be in on all this stuff, and then I'm like, God, the Prime is so good and so fun that I feel like I'm in, right? So
it's almost hard to explain how fun he is until you have him in hand and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Wow. It's so weird. It's like you're like, yeah, he looks cool. I appreciate the articulation. And then you get him in hand, you're like, oh man.
Yeah, there's something about it.
Fantastic.
It's this little I think you explained it perfectly when you said it's like this is the articulation that in my head this thing had back in the 80s, right? Like it moves the way I envisioned it moving, you know. It still looks like this toy I loved. I'm really excited to see. I personally really am excited to see if they do ever go and get to like Ironhide. What are they gonna do with that? You know, because like legitimately, I feel like here's this chance. You're like, well, now we've made a better G1 Ironhide, and then here's like sort of missing link. It's kind of like if we could redo G1 Ironhide. Like I don't know. I'd even take a third party company taking a stab at that. What's your name? Bingo Toys? Is that what it is? Bingo Toys, who's making sort of Grimlock.
Yeah, I think so.
You should have made Ironhide and Ratchet. Then you would have sold me.
What if they do Missing Link, Ironhide, and Ratchet, and the cartoon version, like the area behind the windshield, like the windshield's painted like a sky blue or light blue, like in the cartoon. Mm-hmm. What if the area like behind the windshield hinges up to make the top of his chest with the head, and the arms fold out from there? And then for the toy version, they just don't put that pin in, but they just put like a seat with a face on it, and the windshield's clear. They just leave a whole section out. Like, nope, toy version had no head. Yep. Just the stupid seat and these arms that came out of his waist.
Yeah, I could do that.
That would be funny. That would actually be pretty funny if they did that.
That would be funny. Do you think Hasbro / Takara themselves could like take G1 Ironhide and Ratchet and improve them in such a way that would make them feel acceptable? I think they could.
I think they could. I think if you look at the toy, there's enough space in that sort of cockpit area because, it was a Diaclone, right? So that seat actually was for our driver.
Exactly.
I think if you get rid of that whole thing, I think you could put something in there that unfolds.
Like pulls up or folds out, yeah.
Yeah. I think they could do it.
I think they could do it too.
As far as the current Missing Link line, like G1 Optimus, it's G1 Optimus. I mean, Missing Link Optimus, it's G1 Optimus with extra articulation.
Right.
Like, there's not much about this that transforms differently.
Yeah.
The hands are connected. That's, different. And there are some differences, but I mean, it's not like, oh, this is a whole new section that folds out. It's like, everything's the same. Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, same thing.
Yeah. They're going to peg things together. It's going to slide in the same way, and the hands are going to kind of rotate around and compress the same way. So, yeah.
And I can see them doing that with almost everybody, like Hound.
Yeah.
You can give Hound's got those big chunky die-cast feet that are just the back of the Jeep. You can put ankle tilts in there. You could put, knee joints, all that stuff. Ironhide and Ratchet are going to be the ones that if they do a Missing Link, it feels like it'll have to be 60% G1 and then 40, maybe 50% new parts and pieces to actually make it work.
Yeah.
And that one, if they do a toy version, man, I could almost see them doing like, this is a heavy retool of Missing Link cartoon Ironhide,
Yeah, I could see that.
It'd be interesting. I think the one big thing that would be amazing is if they did the Dinobots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. First off, and I think they should. I think they should just like shit all over Bingo Toys.
They absolutely should. And when they do the Dinobots, I think you go full cartoon and you go full toy. The toy, clear smoked plastic, chrome, and the cartoon is very much painted, but it's just yellow.
Yeah.
Not in silver. It's not chrome. It's not. I think you could do something really special with the Dinobots, and people would eat that alive. They'd eat that shit up all day because people love the Dinobots.
Yeah, I agree.
And the other thing that's key there is, remember, Takara said long ago when they were doing like the book style reissues and then the Encore series and all that, the e-hobby stuff, they said back then, there's certain toys we don't have the molds to anymore, like the Dinobots. That's one of the ones they said the molds are gone. They're either broke and we threw them away or they're just gone. And we've talked about that before. Like all these other companies reverse engineering crap. Like, come on, you can't go pick up a G1 Grimlock and reverse engineer that in this day and age. Yeah. So I think that's even more of a reason. So all the past like 25 years that they've been doing reissues, or 20 years, we've never seen the Dinobots. We've never seen Wheeljack. Prime, Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, Ironhide, Ratchet, they've all had reissues. Encore, Collection Series, Jazz, Hound, Megatron, Soundwave. If you do something like the Dinobots, where we haven't seen the G1 Dinobots reissued, so they haven't been around since the 80s, people would go crazy over those.
Absolutely. I mean, I think you could just to get even G1 ones that don't transform, people would go crazy. Or not don't transform, but don't have any extra articulation, people would go crazy. Because like swoops, how many swoops are out there with broken beaks that someone's like, I would replace my swoop, right? Like, or Snarl, who has all those beautiful gold plates. It's like, oh well, this one is all beaten up and the chrome plating is gone, because like, I mean, it was super. I think my Snarl's a KO because I could not find one that had decent plates, right? Like, and it's like I mean, people will go crazy for actual G1, authentic G1 reissues. And then if you give them added articulation, like, I think you would end up selling people on the Missing Link line, because there'd be people who would buy it just to get a set of Dinobots and then be like, whoa, these are fucking awesome. You know?
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, you've already set this line up to have a built-in repaint. They've already set the precedent. Hey, we're doing cartoon, we're doing toy.
Yeah.
So you've already set yourself up for the instant repaint. So if you sell a dino, like if you reveal, and maybe you don't start with Grimlock, because everybody's going to get Grimlock. Mm-hmm. If you're only going to get one Dinobot, 90% of people that do that are if they only get one, are going to get Grimlock.
Yeah.
However, I think if you do a missing link Dinobot, maybe Swoop, you do Swoop first, and people realize you're doing all 5 Dinobots, I think people will be like, I'm in. On top of that, we've never seen a cartoon accurate set of Dinobots except for stuff like New Age and Magic Square. So for them to officially do a cartoon looking, set of Dinobots, oh my God, I think people go crazy over that.
I agree.
I think it would sell unbelievably well. And then, of course, once Missing Link is established and going, you've got all kinds of exclusive repaint options. Even with Prime, you could do any of the number of repaints of Prime as like a e-hobby exclusive. You could do a G2 Bumblebee, Bumble Jumper. There's so many kind of offshoot e-hobby things. With the Dinobots, you could do G2 colors. Some of them have multiple G2 colors.
Yep.
You could do so much with these and make so much money. And, we haven't even talked about the obvious stuff like the Seeker mold. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You do a Seeker mold and you've got 6 right out of the gate without even touching the cone heads. Because you got 3 toy, 3 cartoon for Skywarp, Thundercracker, and Starscream. So, yeah, it's pretty impressive, actually, when you think about it. If you start thinking like, well, what does Takara and Hasbro, what does Hashtag got going on? Well, they got Masterpiece and they got Mainline. And they've sort of injected this other thing. They're like, hey, we've been doing reissues off and on throughout the years, but how about we do something new with G1?
Yeah.
Like, wow. Pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see where this line goes.
Yeah, I am too. I think there's a lot of cool things to do, and I really hope that I really want to see Bumblebee and Cliffjumper spawn a bumper. I think that'd be super cool. So.
Oh yeah, that would be fantastic.
All right, next up, T2. Are you getting this, Jazz? No, I already have that, Jazz. So this is a Takara Dramatic Capture Series Autobot set, which comes with Optimus Prime, Jazz, and then that Teletran robot that they put inside
the
ArcBot. Except that, I mean, he's not in the ArcBot anymore, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like the ArcBot was like my favorite part of the Arc. Like I hate the Arc Transformer. He's such shit.
I didn't even bother with him.
Yeah, I wish I didn't. I wish I could go back and slap my wrist as I was going to click pre-order this, because he is hot garbage. It's hot garbage. Well, maybe I could sell him and I could get this set so I can still have the little Teletran bot, because the Teletran bot's by far the coolest part. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that
not
the
really
Prime
good either. So go ahead.
I'll say the Prime and the Jazz, the paint on them look very nice.
Yeah, they look great. They definitely look good.
It's funny though, it's coming up, but the budget Missing Link Optimus makes this Prime look very obsolete. We'll get to that.
Yeah, this Prime's interesting. This is the Voyager one, right? Or I think he's actually considered a leader. I'm not sure.
"Quote unquote" Voyager. No, he's only a leader if you get the terrible trailer.
Yeah. Okay.
That is legit made from shampoo bottles.
Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, what the hell is that on his back? But that's his gun sitting there, I think. So.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I have
What's
this
funny
Prime,
is,
I have this Jazz, and I have this ArcBot. And if I'm honest with you, I might just sell the Arc and be like, I lost the ArcBot. I don't know. Fucking lost Teletran. So I don't know. Probably won't, because he's not that great either, honestly. But it was just kind of fun to have a transforming Teletran one. So.
Yeah. And what's interesting though is if you look at the very first picture, where it's like mainframe is in whatever Teletran 1 mode, and then Jazz and Primer standing there. He looks so tiny. Like, this is clearly not scaled right. Like, this almost looks like this mainframe or this Arcbot guy would look better with Legends.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So.
Meh. All right.
All right.
Well, fine. You piggy SOB. How about this one?
I knew you were gonna say no.
Yeah. So yeah, this one I would like to figure out where I could get this from because I love it. I'm definitely in on this. Oh, look, they're doing it tracks too. This is beautiful.
Oh yeah, they're doing the tracks. Oh, he comes with a coin. See,
so what's interesting? Okay, so I do have questions though. Okay, so I like this Jazz. They did a great job modeling the Porsche. I think it looks great. I love all the Jazz color detailing, though. I think some of the paint work's a little bit rough on some of it, but whatever. We can click to the next picture. Yeah, I think they did a great job capturing the car. And it's, you know, it's not often you see this Porsche really beautifully detailed like this. And I honestly think Jada did a good job. My question is, why on the back of the box here does he have absolutely all the Martini Racing decals?
Yeah, so look at the top left of the back of the box picture. Notice it says 1/24th scale with coin, and then underneath it says 1/32nd scale. I wonder if they're doing a toy, sort of a toy and cartoon look, because the one that we're looking at, like picture 1, picture 2, very cartoon.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very, very clean as far as the detailing. It's the stripes. It's the, you know, the big 4, the Autobot symbol. Actually, yeah, the 4. But then, yeah, when you look at that one in the back, it's got all of the sort of toy Martini Racing and stuff on it, all the logos.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this is, and it doesn't say in the details, it just calls it out as a 1/32nd Porsche. But if you look at the, box picture, the very first picture, there's no coin.
Yeah. True.
So I wonder if this is the 1/32nd scale, and then the 1/24th with the coin is the one that comes with
all the Martini Racing. Because I would, so I have a really nice Hot Wheels scale. I don't know what company did it. I have a really nice Martini Racing Porsche on my desk here. I would rather have it in just the pure like cartoon Jazz at this point, just because it's different than what I already have. I think that Martini Racing one looks great on the back of the box, but I want regular Jazz. So I'm just curious why we have the two different things going on. Now, the next picture from that, where you have a strange collection of toys, is crazy to me. So we got Jazz. I don't know what blue streak that's supposed to be. I don't know where that came from. Then we've got, I don't even fucking know which hoist that is. Is that actually G1?
I think that's MP.
Oh, so it is MP. You're right. It is MP.
Go to the next picture.
Okay.
Picture 09.
Okay.
That has the same lineup of cars, but at an angle.
Okay. So you got the MPB, right? You got Jazz. You've got Blue Streak that I have no clue where that's from.
I think that might be one of their just like Datsuns.
Must be. So you got the MP hoist. And then you got that like TFC Ironhide from like 10 years ago. And it's like, where the fuck did that come from? And why is it in a picture with like an official Hasbro licensed toy? You've got like that. Am I wrong? Is that actually that TFC
No, that
thing?
is 100% the TFC toys. I didn't notice that he pointed it out. I still have that. That is absolutely a third-party Ironhide. And you know what? What prime is that? Is that MP10 or is that Magic Square Light of Peace or Light
That
of
is not
Victory
MP10. It's definitely not MP10. I was trying to figure that out too. So as we move upwards, I don't think it's an MP scaled prime. I don't feel like so.
It looks MP scale, but it doesn't look like MP10 or MP44.
Yeah, I'm confused. So Sorry, this is not. It's not TFC. Is it TFC? Who made this Ironhide? It's not TFC.
I'm sorry. It's iGear.
iGear. That's who it is. iGear.
Yeah.
Which it's just, and like it immediately drew it to me because that iGear Ironhide has the bull bar on the front, and he's got those open windows, and I'm just like, what the fuck is he doing in this picture?
I love when they do that. There was some promotional thing years ago that Hasbro actually put out. It wasn't like, this is Jada obviously putting it out. It was Hasbro put something out, and they had like the Generation Toy Devastator in one of the slides or one of the pictures, and it was like, oh, how did that get in there?
I actually recall that. Yeah. So, and I don't know, maybe this is a reviewer who stole the sample or somewhere. I don't know, but I just found it like hysterical that this old iGear Ironhide is here. iGear weapon specialist. Someone's trying to sell them for $130 on eBay. Holy shit! There's a couple of them for here. There's one that's up here for $69. Who the fuck would pay that much for that? Because I think I've got mine in a box that's getting ready to be sold. So if someone wants to pay $130, okay, like $50. Oh, here's one that's sold for $15. That feels about right for him, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird that this showed up, and then I couldn't tell. Is this the MP grapple? I think it is.
That's MP grapple, yeah.
And I have no fucking idea what prime that is. 0.
I'm trying to look. So it kind of, it's not transform element. It's not magic square. Let me see. MP44. Oh, hold on. What was the what is it? MP44. What's the toy version? S?
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it's definitely not MP10 because I recognize the front of MP10 anywhere. I think it might be. Yeah, it is. It's MP44.
It's MP44S.
Yeah.
Yep. Although, hold on a second.
Which MP44 is one of those toys I really want to pick up a KO of sometime. I keep forgetting to do that.
So I picked up the KO from Show Z.
Yeah.
I could send you a link later. And it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty great, actually. I mean, it's a solid KO. It takes the backpack and streamlines it because it removes all the electronics.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine by me.
Fine with me, too. I have MP44. I just want one that I can flip back and forth, and if it breaks, I don't feel like I broke a $400 Transformer. So
you want to be able to flip it back and forth and not worry about the knee exploding?
Exactly.
Like everybody's does.
Oh, yeah. Well, all the more reason not to mess with it. So
I love this. I love this post now, merely because they put the iGear Ironhide, which is like 15 years old.
Mm-hmm. I just don't understand why someone was like, yeah,
I totally missed that before. And then they clearly have some random Datsun in here. They're like, we need a car bot.
It might be Jada Toys. It might just be a random Datsun that this person found. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who put this together, but in my headcanon, this is Jada Toys pulled this together and did not realize that they have an MP or a third-party Ironhide in the mix.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's not even the right Ironhide. He doesn't even look like Ironhide the right way. I remember being so excited about weapons specialist and medical specialist way back in the day.
The cool thing about those figures, they're actually pretty solid figures.
Yeah, they were.
Still, even today, they're still pretty solid figures, but they're too small for MP. The one thing that I thought was super cool about them is they came with like a fucking bazillion accessories.
Yep. Yeah.
And the accessories were completely different
among the two. Yep. You got like all the like medical tools with Ratchet, and then the other stuff with Ironhide, which was super cool. You even got stuff that referenced like the movie with Ironhide.
Yeah, you had the two big cannons that he puts on his like forearms in the movie, in the Bayverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. I mean, the accessories alone were so cool. And then, like you said, Ratchet
they were
had
fantastic
all
chug scale Ironhide and Ratchet, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So.
iGear was a pretty good company back in the day. I know some people have problems with, their Seeker mold and this and that, and is it a KO, is it not? But, I mean, as far as third party, they're one of the pioneers of the early days.
Agreed.
Remember when they how every couple of years they like peek out?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey guys, you want to punch? Counter punch? Just kidding. Hey guys, we're doing another Ironhide and Ratchet. Just kidding.
Didn't they make the first Quintessons? Yeah.
That was Impossible Toys.
Was it Impossible Toys? Okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So.
Good
all right.
times. What's next?
All right. Well, it's time to fall to pieces. 950 of them over Lego Bumblebee. He's fine. So I don't know who's familiar with Homestar Runner, but his feet is definitely Homestar Runner's face, and I just can't unsee it. He's like a Homestar Runner Volkswagen Beetle too. I don't know. He's fine. He goes with Prime. I don't know. I think Prime looks better, honestly.
Yeah. So I was looking at the box for him, trying to see if they mentioned Volkswagen anywhere, and they don't. And so I'm sure that's why his car mode, it's like, it's not a Volkswagen Beetle, but wink.
Yeah.
Wink. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little rounded yellow kind of penny racer looking car-ish. I mean, it's a Lego that transforms. I'll give him a lot of credit there, that you don't have to, take them apart and build them back as, like Creo style, where they didn't transform, you just rebuilt them. Which, looking back at that, I kind of get the whole idea of rebuilding. It's kind of what you do with Legos.
Yep.
You remember how you'd like get, I don't know, I don't buy Lego sets except for weird ones, or not weird ones, but specific sets like this, or but I remember getting the few times that I got Legos, because Legos were always expensive for me anyway. I mean, for us when I was a kid, but you'd get them, and there's like the main instructions, and then on the box they would show all these other ideas, like, oh, well, here's the same set, but it's a plane.
Yep.
Here's the same set as a car, and you're like, what? And you'd like,
have
fiddle
to try
with
to figure out how to make it happen.
Yeah. And I always had like hand-me-down Legos, so often I didn't even have full sets. I only got a couple full sets in my life, and they were small, so I had a bunch of hand-me-down Legos, and I was building my own thing anyway. So I kind of get the idea behind Creo, where it's like, don't worry about transformation. Just that's part of the fun. Tear it apart, build it into something else.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the fact that this and Prime both are like, no, he transforms.
Yeah.
So, I cut it a lot of slack for that. But
I agree. Though I will say, Bumblebee 3, what the hell's up with his, like, what the hell was that show? Transformers Prime Starscream figures. He's got really skinny figures. I was like, what is that? Like some kind of like Wolverine? Oh, that's his fingers. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess those are his hands articulated. Like, do they think the thumb, like, I bet the thumb moves a little bit.
Something has to happen.
They probably move.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm looking at picture 3 now and looking at those thick legs, like front to back, they're real thick.
They are thick. So.
What is with that? Like, is that a hinge in the middle? What is that?
I almost was interested in the Lego Optimus Prime, if it wasn't for the face. The face is what killed me on it, because the rest of it I think looks pretty damn good. I think it looks good in truck mode. I think it looks good in robot mode. But then like you got the like flat 2-panel eyes. I'm like, it just doesn't look right. Like I just needed like one more like molded piece for the eyes, like a custom Lego piece that gave the eyes a little bit of depth or something, and I would have been in. So
that would have been good.
Yeah, I can 3D.
Yeah, the face looks pretty good here.
Yeah,
Bumblebee face looks good here.
Yeah, Bumblebee works. Bumblebee works for what it is. So
I have the Prime. I haven't put him together yet. Yeah. My buddy Ryan has him, and he enjoyed the build. So
yeah, I imagine one of these days. So, all right, what's next?
All right.
Got more things to do, and we gotta get out of here soon because it's getting late. All right. Proof that faces are just as creepy in real life. All right. Let's see. Transformers 1 statues on display. Oh yeah. I mean, the whole thing is creepy. Like, just the build of the robots is weird too. Everything about this is weird. I like that the first picture. And the dude standing next to it, he's just like, no smiles.
No smiles.
And then he's
That's
like,
how
okay,
excited
fine.
he is.
Smile. Are these 3D printed? They look like they're 3D printed. The paint makes it look 3D printed. Yeah, it's fine. What are these for? Why are these here? Why do they exist?
That's some promotion.
Festival of Animation in France. Well, it's certainly better than that Bumblebee thing that Oscar's face was on a couple weeks ago. Don't let these go by. Generation Select GoBots Guardians. And like, god damn it, fucking Hasbro. Like, you don't understand your people at all. You're just like, here's that thing we did when we acquired the license and we wanted to make good on acquiring the license. Oh, it has nothing to do with what you're interested in. Like, fuck. Like, this is so stupid. And then, yeah, let's put the GoBots logo, even though this is the furthest away from what they possibly were back in the day. We couldn't make Smallfoot like a little red SUV. We had to make her a shitty recolor of whatever, Swerve Gears. I don't know. I hate these, and I think they're stupid, and Hasbro needs to burn in hell for making them. So
I knew you weren't gonna like these, but wow.
No, I fucking hate it. I think it's stupid, and I really think, like, honestly, people throw big, like, they get all excited when a fucking Hasbro repaints a Mirage into a Crasher, even if they half-ass it with the face, right? Like, they're like, oh my god, Crasher, and then they're like, nah, yeah. I mean, like, this is the Transformers version of G.I. Joe, right? They're like, oh, GoBots suck. That's just what Hasbro thinks. It's like, I swear you could make a killing out of making some of these GoBots, but no, this is what they got, and they're gonna be like, yeah, people didn't buy these. Like, well, go fuck yourself, Hasbro. That's why. And go fuck the guy on Facebook. If you listen, fuck you for not making your files public. You fucking asshole. You make amazing things, and you gatekeep it, you bitch.
Yeah, he just posted an amazing looking scooter. It's so good looking. Like, it looks like the show. You can have the face flipped out like he did in the vehicle mode. Like, man, that's so good.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, oh, I can't share these.
I don't want to give afterprint support. Like, who the fuck does that?
Yeah.
Like, all these things on...
I don't own the IP. People have been putting stuff on Shapeways for, probably close to a decade now.
Yeah. Well, like, after print support, you can go fuck yourself. Like, I'm sorry, your printer sucks. I don't know,
Okay, so I'm not getting these. I see what they're doing. I get what they're doing with these. Hasbro's all about the easy repaints and such.
Of course they are.
Here's my biggest problem with these. What did they do to make these different? Well, they gave
nothing.
Smallfoot a different face.
That's
from
it.
Gears.
That's the only one that's gotten any kind of thing. And it's not even like, it doesn't even look, I guess it kind of looks like her face a little bit. Like, yeah, I don't know. I hate it.
The face is the best part of all of this to me, because it's the only thing that they really tried on.
Yeah.
Like, when you look at Treads, it's like, okay, let's just do no paint.
He's green Warpath. That's all he is.
He's green Warpath. They did zero paint. If you look at Treads, especially like the toy, he has that big yellow sticker on the front, and the stickers on the side of the turret. It's like, could you at least have done that? Could you have at least done a new head for Treads? Even if you look at the cartoon model of Treads, he's got gray on him. A lot of gray.
Yeah. Well, it's if you go back to these Minibot GoBots that came out in, when was this? 2004. Like, this is what he looked like. It legitimately, Minibot Treads is green Warpath. That's all he is,
Right.
So, like, all this is right. I'm surprised they actually gave a new face for Smallfoot, because Smallfoot's legitimately just Gears, like silver face and all that stuff. So, like, I mean, the original Minibots are even less, the e-hobby things are even less effort than they've put in here, but, like, it's so stupid. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Let's see. Just looking at some people on here who have, like, GoBots pictures as their thing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
So speaking of Smallfoot, the voice actor for Smallfoot, I saw her at a convention and had her sign a Smallfoot.
Yeah.
And she was telling me all about the voiceover for that. She was telling me, she's like, oh yeah, I basically had a script and I had this tiny little TV and they would show me the clip, which wasn't in English, which I thought was weird because I thought Hanna-Barbera did it and they did it in English first.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, I did too. But maybe they animated it first or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she was telling me that she had to watch a monitor and read the lines and try to match the lines to the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So,
interesting.
Who knows? Maybe she got that wrong, and it was, you know.
Maybe
she got it wrong. Maybe
it's only been 30 years, right? So, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been 30 years.
40 years.
Yeah, Smallfoot doesn't look right at all. Like, Smallfoot should be red.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, I mean, these are right for that G1 Minibot set, but that G1 Minibot set is a slap in the face to GoBots, you know? Like, honestly.
Yeah,
so.
And I guess that's why I was saying when I said I wish they would have done more, is this was their chance to say, yeah, okay, the G1 Minibot set is what it is, but we're going to try and make these look like GoBots.
Exactly.
So,
like,
do some more work.
If you had even taken Cosmos and done him in, like, the Pathfinder gray and stuff, like, okay, maybe. You know, like, if you had done all of Smallfoot with red and kind of given her the green visor and stuff that she had, like, maybe, you know, but, like,
yeah,
you
and
chose to go
the
path
stuff.
of least resistance. So,
and you know, they had an opportunity here too, because the GoBots didn't come with guns.
Yeah,
most of them didn't come with like accessories like guns or whatever. You know, they could have gotten rid of the guns and spent that money on retooling and paint.
Yeah.
And actually made an effort here and said, you know what? We're not just going to take Warpath and make him green and dark gray and say, yep, this is Treads. We're going to actually make an effort here. We're going to retool the face and we're going to, I don't know, put the yellow on him, put the yellow accents on him and the gray accents. And I feel like they could have done, it's trying to stick with the same theme of we're going to repaint shit and we're going to shoehorn stuff into what it,
I think you could have done it. I think
it is. They could have done more and said, okay, yes, this is still a green Warpath, but we did some stuff. Instead, it's like, hey, here's 3 GoBots. We retooled one head.
Yeah.
And we went real cheap on paint. Thanks, bye. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Seems lazy.
Yeah,
you know, make this a generation select 3-pack and charge a little more than you would for 3 deluxes. And do some extra work on it.
I agree entirely. I think it was just lazy, personally.
Yeah.
So.
Don't let these go by, though.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Let them go.
Yeah. I'm not buying them. You can go fuck themselves. All right. So.
You heard it here first from the biggest GoBot fan on the show.
Yep. Let this one Stacks by Generations Comic Edition Straxus.
I like the Stacks by.
Yeah.
Like, don't let those go by.
Yep. Straxus is much better than these GoBots things. Like, they actually made an effort here. Imagine if they released this and he was just not in the right colors and maybe his face wasn't retooled.
He's literally just Galvatron with a different head and that's it.
Yeah, like, exactly.
This is crap. I think this looks fantastic.
I think it looks awesome too.
This is an example, and I have a beef with this and Springer, by the way, but I'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a fantastic, hey, we're going to take an existing mold, and we are going to heavily retool it.
Yep.
And we're going to make it, at least, if not in any other mode or any other way, make the robot look dead on the comic. You know, again, given that it is a reuse of another mold. So I think this is great.
Yeah.
I might actually have to pick this one up.
Yeah, I think this looks real good. So they definitely put some effort in here and it shows. And I think when you do this type of effort, it really, you know, Like, it goes a long way. So, yeah. I don't know. I like a lot about what they've done here. I would actually be tempted to pick this up because I think it looks fantastic, and it does not look like, for the most part, the standard fare Hasbro offerings, which is just hollow and not very good looking. Like, this looks beefy and substantial. So
yeah. Well, and they started with a pretty solid mold too. The Galvatron is a solid figure.
Yeah.
Now, here's my major beef with this. Galvatron was a leader class, $55. Fine.
Yeah.
Straxus, heavy retool, obviously repaint as well. What's his class and price? Leader class, $55. Meanwhile, you have Springer. And they took Voyager Springer and they did about say 40%.
Yeah.
I think that's generous. Retool.
Mm-hmm.
And said, he's a leader class now. We'll give you a hammer and a little bullet. Are you happy? He's a leader class. Like, you know what? Fuck off, Hasbro. Yeah. I will not touch that leader class. And if you're listening and you want that leader class Springer pre-order,
you can
by all means, that's on you.
No, you fuck off.
You fuck off too. But I mean, to me, that's the biggest fuck you that Hasbro's done in a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, here's this Voyager figure, and it's not. If they would have said, oh, this is a completely different mold, and yes, it's pretty much Voyager size, but we did extra stuff with it, kind of like Studio Series Hot Rod. It's clearly a deluxe, but they charged a Voyager price because they said, look, putting extra flaps to cover the waffles, and he comes with extra accessories, and he's got more paint apps. Fair enough. This one, they're like, hey, here's this old toy you already bought twice, because they did Siege Springer, and then they did Wrecker Springer, which you can still buy, by the way, on Amazon at regular retail price. Mm-hmm. So it's not even like, oh yeah, but that Voyager Springer is super hard to get and he goes for $100 now. Nope. It's not even like that. It's just, here's a Voyager figure. We didn't even have to redo, start from scratch. We just took an existing figure, improved it a little bit, tossed in 2 or 3 more accessories, and now we're going to charge you, instead of $35, $55.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know what? You can go fuck yourself, Hasbro. You to me, that's just that really pisses me off. Yeah. I won't buy that Springer out of principle.
Yeah,
I would love to buy that Springer because I love the movie cast. Not going to do it.
Yeah.
If I see it on Super Sale where it's Voyager price, I might buy it.
Yeah.
But then you see this. This has way more retooling.
Yeah.
Way more retooling. And what are they going to do to repaint this? Probably nothing.
Yeah. No.
The only thing I could maybe see them doing is, remember when they did Straxus and Generations? He was a deluxe and he was that. They didn't call him Straxus though because they didn't have the name. They called him Darkmount.
Yeah, I recall that. Yeah.
Yeah, and remember they took Darkmount and they retooled him into Skullgrin, I think.
Yep, I think that is correct.
And they literally just changed the head, or maybe they didn't even change the head. They just painted it like a skull, like the white.
Yeah, I think
that's the only thing they could possibly do with this, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my rant about that stupid Springer that still pisses me off.
Yeah, I agree.
This thing's the same price as the original mold, and it's way more retooling than Springer. And I know the reason, right? Straxus is more of a fan character, even more obscure because it's a comic book only character.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Springer, obviously, huge character in the movie, much bigger following than Straxus. So I get it. They're cashing in, but that's part of what pisses me off too.
Yeah, I agree.
So
dismount soapbox. All right. Do you even obscure, bro? So I don't even know who the fuck these characters are. Zaron and
obviously
Flame?
You don't obscure, bro.
I don't. So we've got basically kind of not Hot Rod a little. It's like he kind of looks like he's like an old vintage 80s wrestler with a Hot Rod chest. I don't know what's going on there. And then I don't fucking know what this other guy is. He just kind of looks like colors. He's mostly yellow with a couple cracks, and someone poured cement on his head. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Clearly these have some kind of purpose somewhere. They've got alt modes that are shapes. One is like a tank with a big ass gun on top of a very tiny little cockpit for people to be inside, which looks like a substantial cockpit. So like I imagine that this is some kind of like really big vehicle that like a handful of people are in, like maybe like 3, with a giant cannon that's just gonna make them deaf the first time it fires. I don't understand.
Wait a second. So you're looking at picture 3?
Yes.
Well, it ends in 3, but it's actually the 4th picture. Okay, so I don't know what mold this is, but look at this alt mode, and you've got these tank treads in the back.
And then you have little skids in the front.
And you have little skids in the front that maybe it's the perspective, but they don't look like they touch the ground at the same point. What's going on here?
He just skis across the ground. So no, he's a snow vehicle. You didn't realize that? So
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know.
Maybe we'll get a repaint into Snowcat with no retooling.
Exactly.
Just,
And then the other thing, so what is this? I feel like we've seen this mold somewhere before. It's like some weird like hover tank looking thing.
I wonder if this is a retool or partial use of Grunt. Was it Grunt from Trypticon that they did the deluxe figure of?
I don't know.
Grunt or Brunt? I always get those mixed
Grunt, I think, is correct.
Grunt, yeah. Yeah, so these guys are from the comic. It's been a long time since I read this comic, or read these old comics with them, but yeah. They're strictly just comic characters. So, yep. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool that they're giving some obscure characters figures. Yeah. So, that's kind of neat, I guess. Yeah. I'm not going to get these, but,
Yeah. Well.
They look pretty good, though. I mean, if you go look them up on, like, TF Wiki, I mean, again, it's one of those things, given what they had to work with as far as using existing molds, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad for what it is. So.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't really know. I don't know what's going on here, but it has a repulse thing, so it's fine. Live the 13th of June at 1 p.m. Premium members get a 1-hour window. Oh, isn't that nice? Are these things still on Hasbro Post?
Let's see.
Because they probably sold out immediately, right? Like they had to have.
Let's see. That's a good question.
How do I find...
Straxus is still available.
How do I even find Transformers? Your site sucks. Alright, there's Straxus. He's $55. It's a nice looking Black Zarek thing. Let's see these guys.
I'm looking.
What the hell's their names? I gotta find them again.
Flame and...
Flame. Let's just look Flame.
Zeron. Here they are.
Flame.
There, it's a 2-pack. Flame and Emirate Zeron.
Huh. $55. Look at that. Pre-order's not sold out.
Sweet. I clicked on it and it took me to the Heroescape Age of Annihilation Master Set. What? Thanks, Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah, go get your Flame and Zeron and enjoy.
So they're still available.
They are. And can I tell you something? They'll probably continue to be. These are going to come out and I'm going to buy them. A bunch of stuff and things coming. Okay. So we've got a lot of announcements of various things. I saw the animated Motor Master and I was like, I need it. And I was like, I don't need it because I don't think you're going to do the other 4. So I did not pull the trigger on that one. We've got G1 versions of Soundwave and Optimus, which is kind of cool. I don't think that Soundwave has been missing G1 versions, though. I feel like we've done a lot of tape deck-esque sound waves at this point. Now, the Optimus is weird to me because you just did Missing Link.
Well, this is cut rate budget
Missing Link, yeah. Which is really interesting because, like, I mean, it kind of still looks pretty good overall. I don't know how I feel about this. It still looks good. It obviously transforms exactly the same way as G1 Optimus. Yeah, I don't know. So it really is cut rate Missing Link. So I don't understand.
First of all, the sound wave is not really new. That sound wave is it started as a Walmart exclusive for the whole War for Cybertron trilogy. Remember they did the Siege one, and it was like its alt mode was like a Cybertron spaceship. Like, okay, just looks like a big block. It doesn't look like a tape deck. And then they did the actual tape deck, which was a Walmart exclusive, and people went apeshit over it. And then they redid that sound wave again in that Bridge 3-pack, which was like Shockwave, Soundwave, and Megatron. Maybe it came with a throne too, but it was all those molds from like the Siege era, War for Cybertron era, I mean. And now they're doing it again. So Soundwave, I mean, it's cool that they're doing it because I know a lot of people wanted that mold for like a Chug Soundwave, but it's nothing new.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this Prime, I mean, for a mainline Chug Prime, I think this looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's exactly what we just said it is, though. It is a Missing Link Prime. And looking at like picture, I don't know where the numbers are on these, but if you look at the first picture and where he's just in vehicle mode with nothing else around him, and then the picture after where he's in robot mode and he's doing like a stance with the axe in his left hand, gun aiming up. Looking at these two, it's like, okay, obviously he doesn't have a paint finish on him. He's got some gray paint. The Autobot symbol's painted, but there's really not a lot of paint on this thing.
Yeah, not at all.
The face has paint on it. The grill of the truck and everything, the little gas canisters are painted silver. I could easily see them doing a Studio Series 86 Prime out of this and painting him up a little better, making him look more cartoony with blue eyes instead of yellow, and adding some more paint to him so he doesn't look so plain. So I think this is going to be a mold we're going to see a lot of. So yeah, I think this is a great Chug Prime. It is very much cut rate Missing Link Prime, but then again, Missing Link wouldn't fit into a Chug collection.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree.
I see it. I get what they're doing here. I would not be surprised if we see this repackaged in with a trailer, probably the Earthrise fucking trailer.
Yeah,
maybe they get smart and add the roller from that add-on pack they did, and paint him up cartoony or give him more paint and sell it as a leader class.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might pick this Prime up if I see him in the store.
Yeah, he's the type of thing that I think in this store I might pick him up. I wouldn't go out of my way for it, but so.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting releases here coming from the Hasbro side, like a Slipstream, like an honest-to-God Slipstream. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Obviously, it's a retool of Windblade, but it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like, or is it a retool? I don't know. I'm not sure.
It looks like a retool.
Yeah,
it looks like a retool of.
If this is not a retool of a Windblade, it's going to be retooled into a Windblade. But either way, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So what do we got? We got. Oh damn! I forget what the name of this Target Master guy is with his two Target Masters. Quake. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Quake looks cool.
Quake looks good.
Tank could be better, but I mean it's fine for what it is. I love the animated Motor Master, and I keep going back and forth if I need this thing or not, because I think it looks really cool. But I've got the animated one, and there's things that I would improve about this particular Optimus Prime. So like I feel like I don't necessarily need it, and I know I'm not going to get the other Stunticons. So yeah.
You say that.
You think we're gonna get it?
I mean, let me see. Is this man, I don't know. I could see them doing it. It's almost too easy. Yeah. Now, you know what would be really crazy is if they took the legacy Stunticons and retooled them to look like the animated counterparts.
Yeah.
You know, like the Bakhan set. And the Bakhan set didn't combine, so they don't have to worry about that. So they could even sort of cheap out on those when they retool them and take the combiner elements out of it.
Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But then I could see somebody doing a third part or a 3D printed kit for this that makes them combine too.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know. I could see them doing this as a one-off, but I could also see them going, well, you know, it's just too easy to put out the animated Stunticons now.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't. I
do
so
think the head looks cool,
the only thing I feel like they wouldn't do it is just because I don't see what low hanging fruit they would do to make that happen. You know, so I don't know. I guess they could, but we'll see. Metal Hawk. I think Metal Hawk is cool. I always dig when they decide to do a Metal Hawk, and this is probably one of the better looking ones they've done lately.
I think this is a reissue, isn't it, or a repaint?
It might be.
Didn't they already do this Metal Hawk, and they just this is a little more?
Yeah, might be. I know they did
toy.
a Metal Hawk relatively recently.
Yeah.
Galvatron, he's fine.
Looks good. Galvatron's fun. Yeah.
The rest of it, I don't know if I care.
Easy
about.
repaint.
Yeah, they have the Energon Galvatron, who's like a little Legends figure. I guess he's okay. I guess.
Yeah. Little,
I don't know.
And then again,
the fossil
repaint.
motorcycle. Who cares about that thing? He looks like a rejected putty from the second season of Power Rangers.
Somebody put wheels on a turd.
Yes, 100%. And they're turd wheels too, because they're all brown. So I mean, I guess wheels would get brown if you put them on a turd. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You should probably go see a doctor about all the blood that's dried in your healthy. But then we see the GoBots and this obscure stuff. So fuck them. All right, last piece of news. MP Rhinox looking good. He looks good. Yeah, I don't disagree. So, his teeth on his chest freak me out because you see so much gums, but I mean that's accurate, right? So,
it's like that. It's like that Family Guy clip where they're talking about Gina Davis and Stewie's like, I never liked Gina Davis. Too much gum when she smiles, or something like that.
Yeah.
I think this looks fantastic.
I think it looks good too.
I'm all on board for this.
Yep. I think it looks good. I like it. I'm here for it.
I hope we get a dark repaint. There was that one episode where Rhinox got all evil. He's like purple.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see a dark repaint or whatever you want to call it. Evil Rhinox repaint.
I'm down for that. I think that would be good. So.
But yeah, I'm 100% on for this Masterpiece Rhinox.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm down with that. So yeah, I think this looks good. I think I don't have any complaints about that. So don't fuck it up, Hasbro. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. One of your last MPs. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, don't fuck it up.
Which I really wonder if we're gonna see a continuation of the Beast Wars figures in MPG.
Yeah. We'll see.
I hope so. I'm pretty happy with Trans Art and how they're getting like the trans metals and their Fusors taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So basically season 2 and then into season 3.
Yeah.
But I would like to see Takara proper, if nothing else, finish season 1 of Beast Wars, which isn't that many characters really.
Yeah.
So they've already done quite a few. We still need a Rat Trap, a Tarantulas, Scorponok, Pterosaur. Although the Metagate Pterosaur is good, so if they never got to him, I'd be okay. Inferno.
Yeah.
So, Air Razor. Yeah. I'd like to see him finish at least season 1 of Beast Wars.
Yeah, I would like to see that too. So, all right, that's the news. That's everything. That's all we got. So, it's been a long show. It's been a good show.
A good show.
And with that, hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks. I don't have any other work trips to go, so I think I'll probably be here. Yeah, we should all be here. So, all right.
Indeed.
Good night.
All right. Good night, folks.
Bye-bye.